Okay, let's get ourselves set up for the stream. We are just about ready to unmute ourselves in Discord, get together with the players. This is way too high. There we go, getting ourselves set up. Welcome to the second episode of Totem, a Cypher System RPG. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it tonight, I think. I hope. Always the hope is the GM. And yes, so I think I'm gonna have to just start doing like little like mini recaps of the episodes and stuff for those that don't want to watch the whole like 4-hour long episodes each time. But all good, everything good. Thank you for everyone in the background that's joining me. We just started, so I know people are just starting to get in here, but let's join our friends and people in the chat.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Looks like we have almost everyone here.
It depends. Twitch would bitch about it, but
what if you sang instead? It's fun to stay at the DMCA.
See, there we go.
Oh,
That's Creative Commons license. I can do that because it's a parody.
yeah.
I believe they call that fair use.
Don't be singing bad stuff right now while I'm streaming.
No, it was fun to stay at the DMCA is what I said.
See, that's fine.
Yeah, I knew that was. That's why I joked it. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, everybody. We're still waiting for Shadowhawk's computer to stop being a git. Excuse me. Jeez. Yeah, apparently as he sat down to turn on his computer, that's like, you're going to do an update now. You have no choice of this.
Drew, I swear, by the end of this, there's going to be a supercut of you as the freak man, just going wild.
I've already started downloading the videos to like do like a quick cut of your quotes and stuff.
Oh my god. I was
Oh, yeah.
watching.
Oh my god.
I mean, we should do a supercut of all of our best moments. Let's be fair.
I've watched like just like randomly different clips of it like a few times now, and just every time during combat, like every time you're just sitting there throwing out something to distract the monster there. Oh my god.
For anyone watching in the background that's not one of my players, we are just waiting for everybody to get here and get ready, and in the meantime I'm eating some toast.
It's a lily. There's a lily on cam.
Yeah, she brought me toast with Philadelphia smoked salmon cream cheese and actual smoked salmon on top of it.
oh, nice.
That's money. It's funny because the delay from when I said there's a lily on cam to when she waved is quite a bit much. It's kind of funny.
Oh my god, stream delay, hate it.
I don't hate it, it's just interesting to see it like happen to me live. You know?
I do hate it with a vigorous passion.
Well, this is that way we don't drop a bunch of C-bombs and Arcus has to mute it. So we left off what? We were like at the doorway of that place? No, we got in. Never mind, we got into the club.
Yeah.
And afterwards, we messed around a little bit with loot boxes.
I think we're just waiting for Shadowhawk, right?
Yep.
I think you just popped in.
Did.
Oh, beautiful.
Is Wes there? His mic is queued on.
He's just a quiet,
Is he washing the dishes?
residually rose. He's quite quiet.
You're fascinated with him washing dishes. Okay, I think Hawk was having issues because he wasn't speaking.
He'll be back.
He always comes
The
back.
internet. Welcome back. Can you speak now? Speak, boy! Speak!
Use your
Talk
words.
to me!
I have to adjust. I have to adjust my limiter even more. It's like I've got the gain turned down. I got my speakers kind of turned down, but every once in a while, when you guys speak, it still cues my mic up. Even when you're not speaking that loudly, it's like certain pitches will hit others worse.
Remind me again. What year is it again? 2077?
2079, I think I originally chose.
Yeah.
That
Good
sounds
enough.
familiar.
Only it's written right there.
Oh, I'm not looking at the thing right now. Where's it say that?
There it
Where's
is.
right there?
2079.
We have a West.
Like in
Yeah,
the
Right,
description.
right in the center.
Oh, you know what? I had there was like a big spinning icon.
Yeah,
there.
because I had the game was paused. I can hit the space bar and make it so you guys motherfuckers can't do anything.
I mean,
You-
roll
that
dice.
game pause is centered, so you can look around it.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I think Hawk
yeah.
is having issues, like almost Steve level of issues.
That's
His
possible.
computer updated, and I don't think he can talk now. God damn it!
Damn you,
Yeah,
chipping
it
ass.
is.
He's got to check his microphone settings. That's all.
Microsoft does not want us to play because Microsoft has decided this is the devil's game.
Microsoft does not want Hawk to play.
That's true.
We are still going to play.
He's probably slamming his keyboard right now, like, "Don't leave me behind." I mean, while we're just waiting here, anyone that's new in the background that's not one of my players, which is probably nobody, who knows? I mean, check out the Discord. We get a lot of people in there doing games and stuff. And don't forget to check out both the YouTube and the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, please give me the thumbs up and scribbles. If you're on the Twitch, you're probably already following, but feel free to follow.
You got
Once
a
again,
couple lurkers.
I don't ask that anyone like do any like paid subscriptions or anything like that. Just like have fun, watch, maybe learn a thing or two, watch us fail. That happens on my channel a lot.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about.
That's all I want. I mean, if you do want to help me out, that's awesome. I suggest going to the Patreon, because if you do it through like Twitch or something, I mean, it's still appreciated, don't get me wrong, and any half of anything that comes in through there is going to go to charity. It's a charity is of my choice, but through Patreon I actually get more of it. Like if you do like a donate a thing through like bits or something through Twitch, they take like half of it.
Need to test something.
$5 a month. What are you doing
It
with your
still
life?
works.
It still works. I didn't have my headphones in, so it wasn't. Man, that like actually topped out my speakers despite them being turned down.
We heard it through your microphone.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, when I have my headphones on and someone does that, it is so painful.
Yeah, you were steering the boat when we were playing Sea of Thieves, and Lily did that to you, and you're like, I can't think.
Oh, are we missing Kathy tonight?
Yes, Kathy is going to be out for the next couple of weeks during like the emergency lockdown of the province and stuff. She's in like
Okay.
that gated community and she's just kind of staying put. So unfortunately, we are going to be without a Kathy for the next while.
Okay.
She never went and got that good computer.
E-dubs! She did not. Unfortunately, she put it off because she was using Lily's computer while she was here. Yeah. Then, like, she's still a little unsure of herself for, like, technical stuff. Like, I know it's just visiting a website, but if it's not part of your life, I mean, it's not always easy to get a hold of and figure out and stuff like that.
We all didn't go to school for this.
Shapacha. Sometimes I forget that is exactly what I went to school for. It's like, it's just computers. Oh yeah, I actually went to school for that.
I bought myself a nice new notebook for this game, so I can start
I
taking notes.
still think it's funny. Excuse me, one sec. I had to mute myself on stream while I did that. I still think it's funny. I went to school for computer engineering and never worked in the field. Instead, I worked either like shit jobs or in the design field, like almost exclusively. Never did anything to do with computer engineering.
Oh, jeez.
My dad was an English major. He ended up as a web programmer.
Yeah, it's like, college gave me a piece of paper that I spent a whole bunch of money on, and it's never done anything for me.
It's a good way to prove to potential employers that you're not mentally challenged, but that's about it.
Yet
yeah,
all the
Hawk,
most, like half the
message
most
in,
successful people just fake that they have degrees anyways. Honestly, they just lie, get away with it. I mean, there's generally no downside.
I've definitely joked about doing that, but never actually done it. I feel guilty. Plus, if they ever found out, you
Yeah.
get fired.
Yeah, Hawk,
I have lied on a
message-
resume before, actually.
Yeah, Hawk
They wanted
messaged
experience in a
Foundry.
specific job for me, so I said I had worked that job before. I knew how to do the job. I just actually hadn't worked that job before. So I'm like, oh yeah, I worked like 2 years in that job. And they're like, okay, and they hired me and I got it.
Rare back.
Whatever, it worked.
Sorry, Malk, what were you saying?
I was saying that Hawk did post in the Foundry channel that he can at least hear, he just can't talk.
Interesting.
Huh. Well, I mean, he could at least, I guess George Nicholas is going to be a little quiet tonight until he figures things out then. We might as well get into it. Yeah.
Apparently Discord is being a pain for him.
It could be
Hopefully
Discord.
he
It could be
figured it out.
like his Windows just hit an update. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows with Windows? All right, let me switch screens here so we can see the everything. So, one second. I cannot clear this shit out of my throat tonight. Let me get water. I am prepped.
I have my
Much better. Okay. Much better. Let us sort of recap exactly what happened here. So, previously on Totem, you guys had, as a group, entered as a series of immortals or beings that represent various facets of faith and belief, of civilization, of people itself. And you have sensed something is wrong in the world. Faith and belief are not only disappearing at an all-time high, but there seems to be some sort of force, like a negative influence, an opposite to what you are, that is sapping it from the realm itself. And specifically, there seems to be some sort of focus of it within London, England. And because of this, you decided to team up with several of the other Totem that you have dealt with before. Some of them goddesses like Freya and Athena, some of them newer sort of representations of things.
How about now?
Oh my god, we can hear you.
Oh,
Hey, word.
thank goodness. Okay, I'm here now.
Okay. And as I was saying, and we you managed to get to London. You were on the outskirts of it. You decided you needed to look into it a bit further. You had just taken the maglev train into the outer sort of ring of it. You were in Croydon, which I will show this for the people here. So you had started in Croydon, the borough of Croydon down below. It's the only area that you really had any rumors or information for, things like this. You did know of a couple of leads within the area. You knew of Mr. Freeman, another totem that had once again represented the act of emancipation and freedom for Africans from slavery and everything like this. Although he himself has unfortunately withered a bit with time, as whatever is causing civilization to decay seems to be causing further and further issues. Also, you know of the nightclub Lovebug nearby. A nightclub run by the goddess Aphrodite and the Haitian voodoo Loa Mistress Urzuli. You decided to meet up with Mr. Freeman first, of course. Spoke with him, playing some chess with him at the cafe and getting some information. Basically, he came for much the same reason you did, but for one reason or another over time, he's kind of wasted. He's had issues. So in this warm little cafe in the middle of winter, as it is December in London, you discovered Mr. Freeman is a shadow of what he once was. But you did figure out that you got a few hints of sort of things that are going on in the area, including the fact that you probably should go talk to the goddesses at the nightclub Lovebug. Although once again, you guys are free, of course, to go wherever you wish, do whatever you wish. There's plenty of things to do within the city. But in this case, you decided, screw it, and even though it's the middle of the day, we're going to go to this nightclub. But you knew that you couldn't really get in through the front door because the middle of the day, the club's going to be closed. And in fact, when you had walked through or past the front of the club, it was indeed, lights were off, everything was shuttered, the front door was locked. You decided to go around back to see if you could get in. Now, this is where you ran into a issue, as this area, although it's up and coming, has had issues in the past with homelessness, criminals, and all sorts of badness, basically. And you had come across a homeless camp. Actually, I can bring up the alleyway, a quick one, drag you all there so you can see it. You had come across this homeless camp, and in the homeless camp were what was known as cute aggressions. Basically, they're like you. They're totems in a way, although not as intelligent or anything. But they represented the very epitome or a facet of cute aggression. Basically, that overwhelming sense people get when they see something so adorably cute. They just want to hug it till it explodes.
So fluffy.
It's so fluffy, it's eyes. And yeah, so with that, the cute aggressions got aggressive, started nibbling at your ankles. Although in some cases, a couple of you doing more than just nibbling at your ankles. Especially because there were several mega cute aggressions, coalitions, as the cute aggressions could actually sort of become fused with one another to become even bigger balls of cuteness. And it is with this that you had to defend yourselves. You managed to chase some of them off. Freya actually managed to scare some of the cute aggressions away to release further into the city. So good for her. I'm okay with that. But you didn't. The rest of you decided you were going to dispatch the cute aggressions that were there. Now, the thankful thing, in a way, sort of silver lining to some badness going on, is the homeless that were there, although they had died already, they had been nibbled away by the cute aggression. The leftover bits of hope and belief from their humanity had stayed behind, and thus you were able to get a collection of ciphers, which in this particular game I'm having represent as literally like little motes of energy that you can absorb into yourself. And you got a collection of various ciphers, and I don't remember who chose what. That's up for you to remember. But yeah, and then eventually, once you got that figured out, you realized that Madame Urzuli was there. And actually, did they keep her? Nope, when I restarted it, got rid of it. So let me bring you to the stage and you to the stage. Okay, so it was here, which you can't see on the stream because I need to move myself apparently. There we go. Madame Urzuli was actually just standing nearby watching, seeing how you handled yourself. And she beckoned you inside once you completed your task, and it was here that she had brought you to the inside of the Lovebug. Activate that, and we go in there. And it was here that she called out to Aphrodite, who seems to have set herself up on a throne, very queen-like in a lot of ways. And although Urzuli is not doing the same thing, you can definitely tell she's not. She doesn't consider herself lesser. She's just prefers running the day-to-day lower activities, whereas Aphrodite's, I mean, it's Aphrodite. She's a bit of a queen. And it is here that you basically left off. You were introduced to the Smoky nightclub, and that's kind of where you have stopped. So, here we are. We are in the Love Bug. Now, there's not a lot of people in here. It is the middle of the day. It's not really open for business. It's mostly support staff. There's people setting up the bar for later the night, some deliveries coming in. It's still got that sort of hazy, smoky atmosphere to it. And despite the fact that it's the middle of the day, it looks like Aphrodite and Erzuli like to keep a lot of the lights on. So there's still sort of the flashing strobe lights going on and everything like this in the background. And even some music playing. Looks like they do it for their own sake more than anything else. But more than anything, when you enter the nightclub, there's this feeling, this overwhelming feeling of just connection and compassion and just wanting to connect with somebody else. And that's basically where you find yourself. Erzuli had pointed up to where Aphrodite is, and the rest of you are in here. What are you going to do?
Well, Athena's going to just step forward and walk towards Aphrodite's throne.
Okay.
Well, I see you've made yourself at home.
Yes. I've done quite well for myself. Relative.
You always have.
What do you wish, Athena?
I've come here, well, rather drawn here, to see what is causing the black, tenebrous hole of faith in this city.
I do not know myself. I and Madam here, we stay in Croydon. Croydon isn't doing badly. I dare say we have saved it in our own way. What happens with the rest of the city is up for the rest of the city to figure out.
Ah, so I see that the whole self-centered aspect hasn't really changed much over the years.
Athena always thinking she's the know-it-all.
I was. Wisdom, however, dictates that I do not know it all. Otherwise, I would not be here, would I?
And what about the rest of you?
I'm just looking for a drink, love.
Well, that we can do. Feel free, go to the bar. Barkeep, give them, whatever, on the house.
Yeah, he walks up to the bar, sparks a cigarette, nods to the bartender, and says, "You take care of me, I'll take care of you all night."
Okay. There's a dude there. He's got almost like the Skrillex cut. It's kind of like shaved on the one side. He's got a bit of a pattern into it. A dark tan skin, you think maybe like Latina heritage of some kind, and a couple of piercings. He's wearing like a vibrant like purple pink lipstick, a bit of like glitter under his eyes. He pours you like a pint as well as a couple shots of whiskey, and sort of leans over and goes, "I'll take care of you."
Manchester gets a little rosy cheeked as he takes a shot.
Hey, Ed, did you by any chance put any of that CyberX in my script this morning? I'm feeling a little in the mood.
George puts a mint in his mouth.
I think it might just be the atmosphere.
Well, good to see that you're keeping up with the concept of Zinnia, at least.
In which case, Freakman takes some of the pills out of his pocket, puts them on the bar, makes a fat line, and rips it. That makes us. Now we're partying.
Just whole pills?
He cracks out. He pours it out of the capsule.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just cracks it right in. Like
Doctor's
cracking
orders,
an
right,
egg.
Ed and the freak High five.
Reeling whole pills.
You just like you so you're consuming them. You're not going to end up like sniffing stuff out of the pills in the bar or something then.
Well, just across the whatever the bar top. He'll wipe it off
top.
after, and he'll ask this Skrillex looking fella. I'll have one of them pint glasses of whiskey, please.
After you're finished, he kind of takes a rag and wipes the bar a bit, and he's like, "You got it. I will take care of you, albeit a little less."
Yeah, that goes both ways, my friend. I don't. Well, I might, We'll see.
Oh, you haven't been around me long enough. You would.
I dare say I like where this is going.
I kind of like your boss a little more. Just gotta put that out there.
Oh, she's a looker, just not my type. He gives you what you asked for the drink.
All right.
Aphrodite
chugging a pint of whiskey.
Aphrodite herself seems to be she's swirling some sort of fruity drink concoction with a little umbrella in it. Looks at you and says, "Well, she says with a big sigh, I don't know what you expect of me. Once again, we stay in here. Yes, we keep our ear to the ground, but we generally are not messing with others if we can help it.
Not
But
messing with others. You.
ask
Well, and
whatever
that's-
questions you need."
See, that's just the problem, is that when you're not sitting yourself in with everyone else, it kind of means that you'll be the last one left standing, and then there'll be nobody to help you.
And I personally, for one, do not believe that you have not been messing around with something or gathering things, even passively. You are Aphrodite Panhellas, the goddess of the people.
Yes,
The
well,
goddess.
people, I guess. Here's the thing. Whether we're the last or not, I doubt it. We've been around as long as people have been around. This is a hiccup. Yes, it is weakening to us, but it's not the end. It's never the end. We are eternal.
You sure about that?
She would be. She survived the collapse of 3 pantheons. And
I mean,
Yes.
I can't
But
die.
has anybody
Prove
seen?
me wrong?
But has anybody seen Disco
Drop
recently?
in the water.
Disco was a mistake.
Disco doesn't exist anymore.
Disco's dead.
It's due for a revival. Not
Read all
anytime
that.
soon, mind you, but
Although I must say,
Eventually.
I do miss the hippie movements.
disco will have its renaissance.
All that free love.
Return.
I dare say you can ask us whatever questions you want, but there's not much that we can do for you. That's when in the background, Madame Marzulli actually, she just pipes up for a second. What about the delivery service? They said they saw something weird last time they were here before they went away.
That actually was going to be my other question. What of our brothers, Hermes and Mercury?
Aphrodite actually gives. It's hard to discern exactly what this glare is that she gives Madame Marzulli, but it's definitely unpleasant. Like she is annoyed with her for bringing that up.
I
Yes.
offer Madame Marzulli a mint.
Listen here, Dighty. May I call you Dighty? We're not that dumb, and we're not that smart. We are dumb enough to know that you know. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So tell us.
Well, they had indeed mentioned that they knew of some things in the area. The rise of the Bromitics, which, to be perfectly honest, I've never seen one. I don't know anyone that's really ever seen one. I assume they are a myth. Just the equivalent of our totem's boogeyman. Where they had claimed that they had found some sort of, I don't know, information about them, proof perhaps. But he seemed disconcerted about it. And I mean, those two are always flight of foot. They probably just spooked themselves and then left the area. It's not like they haven't done that before.
Unfortunately, when you're talking about boogeymen, I've met a few. And they may seem myth to some people, but they're always around to others.
Yes,
That's
but
not the actual boogeyman.
that's boogeymans to the humans. We don't create such things. We are the creations of them.
As with
Manchester
many
will look.
things
Manchester will kind of like peek back and say, "Maybe you, but what about him?" The bartender and say, "What do you know about anything happening around here? You are closer to the people than these two."
Well, I
comes from
gotta
somewhere.
say, there's been talks recently. The whole area is getting bought up. In fact, I dare say, Affy, you've had someone try to buy the club, haven't you? Once again, Aphrodite, you can see her almost white knuckle the side of the chair. Yes, that is quite enough, Vance.
I believe there is wisdom in sharing the info and allowing the truth to come forth. Please,
It is simply an offer to purchase the club. Some, excuse me, some real estate individual. I'm unsure. Inhale the clove. Apparently you shouldn't do that. Yes, just a
At least the picture
redeveloper,
asking
someone wanting to
buyer.
improve Croydon.
It
at least
could
the
be.
British are asking to buy a temple this time.
You should talk to the Irish about how people wanted to improve their island sometime.
I have.
See, the problem with
I was talking to
Ireland
your
is
sister.
I have never spent enough time there, which explains a lot.
You should always like this.
Long, back when you had your red hair.
Though I still miss the big boot, I must say. But this tiny island is not unpleasant, and I like this area that we have carved for ourselves.
Yes, as you say, it seems to be touched less by this incoming void, this strange for our people.
Although I still find it rather distressing that, humans and belief have been destroyed right in your own backyard. Literally, your back alley.
I mean,
Little bit
if
of
you
digression.
really want more information on this and you really insist that you're going to follow these dead leads, who am I to argue with this? I mean, we have all the time in the world to do whatever you want. I dare say, don't pester me too much with it. Maybe Miss Mation is in town.
Oh,
Is who?
Miss Mation. She might go for her first name, Info. But Miss, she is. I have seen her around with the G-Man.
Tab, are they friends of yours?
As you look over at Tap, he's just like, he's got his headphones on, he's just kind of like staring blankly into space.
Totally checked out. You're on like 4chan or something.
And as he realizes you're all staring at him, he pulls his headphones off, and as soon as like he lifts the earmuff away from his ears, you just hear blaring techno music. It's like, what's going on?
misinformation and the G-Man.
What about it? Just goes,
Do you
"That's-
happen to know them?
I know everybody.
What do you know about them?
Give me a second. He just stares off into space again.
Be wary of any information about the G-Man. Actually, it's the internet. Be wary of any information.
Exactly. Tell you what, thanks for answering that, by the way, Bad Hair Gaming.
Got it.
Tell you what, I mean, it's going to be fairly easy for you because of who you are and what you know, but make an intellect roll. We'll say difficulty 2.
Okay. I'm gonna actually pump some edge into that too.
Do it up.
Ooh.
So +1 modifier.
Yes. So if you spend 3 points, or probably 2 points for you actually, then it'll bring it down to difficulty 1, target number 3. Okay. You're a little bit successful.
Okay. I think I got it.
Information is obvious who and what she is. You have met her probably many times before. That's Missmation or Information. She has been around for a while. Sorry, breathing in that clove is still affecting me.
Yeah, it'll
I'm
do
dying.
that. Don't do that.
She's been, I mean, in one sense or another, she's always been around, but she really came into her own during the early part of the 20th century, during all of the wartime correspondence, the cryptography, the spy networks, and then she boosted even further in power during the American Cold War. And she represents not just information in general, but more about secret or hidden knowledges, things not always open for public consumption, things like this. And she is often also seen nearby with, wrong click, the G-Man, which you also are quite familiar with, as you've probably come at odds against him many a times. You and him probably have butt heads quite often, as he is the representation of secure and overwhelming government power. About secrecy and the government being the only one that needs to know things and control and such like this. Once again, like Information, he, in a way, he's been around a long time. He wasn't as round. He's not as old when during the days of monarchies and empires and things, he wasn't really a thing. But as other forms of government started popping up more and more, fascisms and democracies and communisms, you start to see him start to progress and gain in power. So more so in the 19th centuries, and then eventually into the 20th centuries, when he becomes more and more big, more and more aggressive. And once again, you start getting into the 1940s and 1950s. That's where you really start to see him come into his own.
Yeah, so like Tav will just like come back and like, oh yeah, she's the one you go to if you ever want to learn anything. But she doesn't give up just anything for free. Like, it usually comes at a cost, and the G-Man is essentially the security. Make sure you don't know things that you're not supposed to know.
I've never really liked him. He's always so uptight.
A little bit.
You know, contrary to popular belief, the CIA was not involved in smuggling cocaine in the U.S. However, for many years later, they were instrumental with the popularity of K-pop, keeping the South Korean economy afloat for decades.
South Korean economy.
No shit.
God, I love your character.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because the G-Man and cocaine go way back. I remember the old days.
Tav,
They never stopped for some of us.
please remember to cite your sources when you're recording that information.
What are you talking about? It's Freakman. He's accurate, right?
What I say is true.
Exactly.
I always feel so left out when talking with most of you. It just isn't my usual life.
By the way, sorry if I'm clearing my throat constantly for people watching. That inhaled clove is bothering me. But by the way, Madame Azuli actually comes up with a chair specifically for Mr. Cornelius. And it looks like actually Aphrodite had motioned for her to do it.
Oh, thank you, my dear. These old bones aren't what they used to.
Do you want me to send a ping to Miss Mason?
Yes, I think it's best we do what she knows.
That would
Okay.
be the wisest course of action, yes.
I mean, I haven't seen the G-Man since the 50s, but
Yeah, I'll send a message out her way.
Last time I saw the G-Man was 1979.
I just try and steer clear of him as much as possible. He's got such a stick up his ass. Ain't nobody got time.
that's saying a lot.
That is one way of describing him.
With that, they're continuing to sort of prep for the night. I mean, you have hours yet. I forget what time of day I said it was, but it's early. It's like 1 PM or something like that by this point. So I mean, you know that it's a nightclub. It's not opening for hours yet. So they're just they're going around. It looks like some food is being brought out for Aphrodite. Madame Marzulli just seems to be content with whatever is drinkable or smokable. Aphrodite, however, seems to have lobster brought her to her.
Oh, jeez. The epitome of pretentious.
We are very thankful for your hospitality and all the any information that you've been able to help with us thus far. A place such as this is always a bastion for rumor and information. Libidos and lips get loosened with the libacious lubrications and pillow talk.
Urzuli actually comes up to Taverson and she goes, there is an address to the delivery for Mercury and Hermes. If you want the address to go check it out.
Oh,
We do actually.
I will write down that address.
And when as I was seeing events, I believe you have the business card for the person that would wanted to buy the nightclub, yeah?
Do we have it? No.
You're checking. What's George checking?
Sorry, I clicked something that I didn't.
That's okay. Yeah, you guys can put yourself on the stage if at any point we want to do a typed discussion for some reason. Useful if your microphone cuts out again.
Well, there you go.
You can just be like, this is what I'm doing. If you right click on the picture, it should make them go away. And I think if you control right click, it'll take them right off the stage.
Nope.
Yeah, right click should work. You know, right above the roller, the area where you type in the box and stuff, you should see a little mini picture of yourself now.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
There you go.
now he's
That's
gone.
the
Now
stage
I see.
area. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's how you can like add or set yourself to the stage. And then I can also do fun
Gotcha.
things like I can do
Yeah, we're not only learning the system, we're also still all learning the tricks and
yeah, for
fun
anyone
things
watching,
that we
this is
can all
our
do.
second session with Foundry and our second session with the Cypher system. We knew with this.
This is a
No
double
idea what
whammy.
I love
occasionally as players we're still pushing buttons and icons on our screens and being like, what does this do? And then of
Sissy.
course things like that happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if Manchester, but before, like, as they seem to be starting to get ready to head off, he's gonna give a fat joint to the bartender and say, for when your shift's done, thanks for taking care of me.
Oh, thanks, honey. You know where I am.
Yeah, I don't have one of them phone dealies, but I'm close by.
He gives you like a little bit of a wink, like a suggestive wink, and you know he'll be around.
Yeah, Manchester will wink and nod as well.
What is the bartender's name?
She just to remind you, because I did say it a quick one. You remembered hearing her call him Vance at one point.
Vance, yeah.
Vance behind the bar.
I'm taking notes this time. Like a
Always good.
smart
There should
person.
be. I think you guys can create. You guys should be able to create your own journal entries, I believe. I think I have it set up that you can do so. All right, I'll create a folder for you guys. And oops, one step at a time, kid. There we go. PC notes. Ba-doop. Yeah, I think you can create new entries. If not, I'll fix that afterwards.
Yes, there seems to be an option for creating new journal.
There you go. So you should be able to. I think there might even be a little like feather leaf thing on the PC notes folder in the journals section now. I think you can just add a new one using that, and it'll add it specifically in that folder. So if you want to type in your own notes that aren't specific to the areas, because you can edit the there's the journal entries for each borough of London that you can edit as well.
All the note taking.
So feel free to take as many notes as you want, and Ken, it's less work for me, and if anything, makes it easier for me to do recaps.
Yes.
Yeah. Aphrodite does look at you and she says, "You're welcome to stay around as long as you want, of course. Family and others. Any other questions, however?"
Good place to stay in the area.
All right,
To
that's a good one.
To
I like that.
stay, well, in Croydon, there's some motels, and everything around here is a bit on the seedier side, so I dare say I don't tend to look at it much myself. You're probably better off going a little further into the city, into Lambeth. There's some nice hotels, especially near the rebuilt London Eye.
Well, thank you.
Anything around here, I dare say, you wouldn't want to look at with a black light. Mind you, I wouldn't want to look at several of you with a black light, so maybe you match.
You got that right.
That would be a fair assessment, yes.
Do you have any other further questions for me or Madame Azuli?
You wouldn't have to have kept tabs on Vulcan or Ares, would you?
A Vulcan? Not a clue.
No.
Ares, I've seen him in the city, although it was a while ago. With everything going on since the palace at Westminster was destroyed and the king was assassinated, Ares, I dare say he had a heyday for a while. The royal army and the King's Guard are both heavily militarized within the city, and Ares has made sure to keep that interest sparked.
Oh, has he ever?
However, there are, with more recent troubles in the Middle East against Russia, the Ares has been doing a bit of traveling, so I'm not sure if he's still within the city or not. Probably on one of his private helicopters or some such.
Those makes things so difficult, that.
I suppose if I need to go find him, I'll just follow the trail of blood.
Yes, well, he's a little off hands recently. Ever since weapons were designed where you could push a button from a distance, he has cackled with glee.
Oh, I am well aware.
He loves his buttons, and he loves everyone having his buttons.
Buttons.
Don't go pushing his buttons.
I'll miss when buttons just used to turn things on and off.
You know, I remember thinking back during the Cold War that the concept of mutually shared destruction was something that would have been right up his alley.
Anyways, I need to go out for a breath of air. I'll meet everyone outside. And George walks outside.
Okay.
Have you heard anything else?
About what?
In general?
I hear lots of things. Doesn't mean I speak of them. And then do not pull the family card at me, dear Athena. If anything, we have a little too much history, you and I.
It's all golden apples under the bridge. There's no wisdom in holding a grudge. Oh, there is wisdom in being wary.
Yeah, either way, I dare say our
Tell that to Medusa.
our little family, especially after the Nazarene, is split ways anyways.
Well, I think we've got all the information we need. I personally think we won't get much else from you. Thank you, ladies. I'm gonna go and join George outside.
Just before you leave, Madame Marzulli, with a slightly lowered tone, does sort of like grab you by the arm, and she looks at you and she's like, despite what she says, if you need anything else, do not hesitate to call. We do not know much, but maybe there is something that we can help with. I am just as concerned as you are.
I will do that. And
Do you have a number?
Yes, I have a number. And she takes out her phone and does like the swipe gesture to sort of like send it towards Taverson.
I love that. Like a whole shutter just goes down as like she swipes it towards him.
Oh, good. That's easier. I'm not sure if I could get it put into this infernal gadget. As Mr. Cornelius pulls out a rather dated old flip phone.
Please tell me it's an old Nokia.
I'm surprised it's a flip phone and not just like a Nokia brick.
Yeah, you've got like, it's a Nokia brick. It's the only thing you found as timeless as yourself.
I mean, that would be pretty durable. I was picturing like an old like Motorola flip phone.
Oh my god, like a razor?
Yeah.
One of the earlier gen ones.
No, wait for that. Yeah, I know the way.
It doesn't have internet. You know?
Oh, before the razor. Oh god.
I was just picturing freaking Cornelius sitting in a corner playing Snake on a Nokia phone.
It's like one of those ones that you could literally like pull up the antenna on. Those ones.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the scene from Hook where Robin Williams' character like unholsters his
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that.
Phone holsters. I'm
those.
glad that's not a thing anymore.
I still see him from time to time.
Really? Oh jeez.
Yeah.
I was one of those people.
I had a Crackberry at one point with a phone holster. I gotta say, yeah, I worked in an office place. Anywho, yeah. So you guys go outside, and Madame
Manchester will
Marzulli actually
fit Snake.
starts to help bring out more like bottles of booze and get the club set up, while Aphrodite calmly eats what looks like a very expensive, grandiose meal.
Manchester will definitely thank them for the hospitality before he leaves.
Okay. There's a couple other nameless guys there, just crewmates or whatever, aside from like Vance and Marzulli and Aphrodite.
The freakman's gonna down one more pint of whiskey before he heads out.
Hell yes.
He's so flying on amphetamines, it barely has any effect on him, so he crushes it.
Oh,
I know which phone Cornelius has now.
to Athena, actually, as you guys, like when you guys decide to start to leave and whatnot, to Athena or Zuli, as she's coming up the side stairs, as you're sort of exiting out the back door, Urzuli will actually look at you and also take you by the arm and say, I think we need to clean up the area, because if things keep going badly, I dare say Papa Samdi may come and he would be angry, and I do not like seeing Samdi angry.
The Baron of Death himself?
He despite the fading of the rest of us over time, I do not know how, but somebody has been. He is just as powerful as ever. All the war and death, I think, has empowered him. And I know from last time that we spoke, he was worried about the area. And if it is not fixed, he will cleanse it himself with the help of Thanatos.
Well, that would be a great way of seeing Death's little errand boy again, but all right.
Incidentally, Thanatos was one of my other considerations for a character to play in this.
Also, same, yeah.
Yeah, I had some
Very well.
NPCs I was willing to trade out depending on what you guys chose and stuff.
Yeah, he was definitely on my short list of character options.
Like if someone had chose Thanatos, I was just gonna put like Anubis in his place or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, gang.
Good idea.
Where to?
Well,
To the mystery machine.
Yeah, you
we
guys
should
are hoofing it.
I would very much like to check out the address for the Hermes and Mercury. Just to see if they left any notes.
I mean, if you wanted to have a family reunion,
I very much do not.
should have just called them all to the bar.
There is
Yeah,
very little wisdom in this time of bringing the family back together.
Yeah, their particular family aren't exactly the poster child of familial bliss.
I should compare that to our ancestors.
Well, we got a couple leads. We can go and talk to your lot and see if we can find them, or we can go and talk to Miss Information, who is literally the key to all information ever.
Very well.
She makes a point not giving it out, though.
Well, you got a sweet talker.
Tried that before.
Okay.
Now Taverson would be, I would say, probably most knowledgeable about this. Maybe the Freakman being second most for misinformation, and the G-Man. You don't know where they are, but if they're likely to be anywhere, it's in the core of the city itself. So probably either in London proper or Westminster.
We could split up. Two teams. One goes to see Hermes and Mercury. The other goes to see this information.
Could do that, yes. Well, since Hermes and Mercury are here,
Well, how about this? We have an address on where to go. We can possibly find more information at this address.
Let's go.
So let's
the
start
address?
with your kin, and we'll go from there.
So you're gonna check out the address for the delivery company?
Yes.
Okay. And Taverson, you do a quick cross-reference with the address that you're given. And it's the delivery company is merely known as Feather. And it's got like a winged like boot or shoe or some kind as like the symbol.
Go figure.
question for the DM on the world. When it comes to totems, pantheons, and syncretism between faiths. So, for instance, like I have it in my head right now that, for the most part, if the Romans, the Greeks being the biggest example of this, when a faith gets syncretized with another, there's sort of a merger between the gods of the different roles, where at least that's what's going on in my head, and I don't know how I'm actually wording this properly, sorry.
That's okay.
You want to know what happens when two different pantheons combine.
Yeah, so for
like
instance,
how close the Greek and
I have it in
Romans
my
were,
head
for
right now
instance.
that when the Roman synchronization, the Greco-Roman synchronization happened, Athena actually got hit pretty badly by the dominance of the Romans because she lost a lot of her war aspects to Mars and Ares. When she basically became Minerva and merged with Minerva to become the god of skilled crafts instead.
Basically, the way I was running it over time as new faiths arise and things change. Like, yes, your powers and skill sets may change over time. Sometimes a totem may become more powerful or less powerful. Sometimes when a new pantheon or faith arises, a new totem will arise. Sometimes a totem from a previous pantheon or faith may just take up the role of a new one in a new pantheon or faith.
aka Aphrodite.
aka Aphrodite's probably been in a couple of them under different names. Many totems have different names over time. I mean, Mr. Cornelius, you've probably had a billion names under the sun by now.
Oh, yes.
Father Time.
And there's some cases where there may be variants of the same totem, like for instance, Jesus Christ. There's probably, and I'm not saying that as an expletive, I'm saying that as a noun, proper noun. There's probably multiple of him around.
Horus, Mithras.
Because there's been a lot of variants of the faith. Not only have there been variants of the faith, there's been a lot of very strong-willed variants of the faith. So
Republican Jesus.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like the delivery company that we're about to go to. It's like technically Mercury and Hermes are the same dude in our mythology.
Well, the proposal that I was
basically different word names for the same guy. Like in this world, there's probably a Minerva out there.
Yeah.
Well, what I was thinking is that basically they sort of merged their minds, but because it's easiest for communication if they're in two places at once, they didn't merge physically. That was just something that I had in my head that I completely forgot to ask you before now.
Oh, no worries. The way I'm running it is it's sort of like a soft magic system. Like there's no hard and fast rules that even the totem have figured out. Just sometimes things work one way, sometimes things work another way, and no one's been able to explain why. Sometimes they split, sometimes new ones are made, sometimes totems may even merge, sometimes a totem's personality or image may get warped over time. And there doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason, because once again, it's down to the faiths, beliefs, and emotions of mortals, which are fickle at best. So it could be anything under the sun. Really, there's no fast and hard rules for it.
Okay.
So expect the unexpected. You yourself as Athena have probably been under many guises. Your personality may have gone through shifts in time. You may you may have even merged with another totem at some point, or split off. Maybe there was even more than one at some point. And of course, like especially in the modern days with movies and stuff, there's as people are reminded about these gods that were once forgotten and whatnot, some of them you're adjusted by the Hollywood image of that god rather than what the original followers believed.
Yeah.
So you might have the memories, but you might match more the Hollywoodized image of it. But once again, I mean, it's all over the place. It's, you know, there's some that despite being changed with time may be completely untouched for some strange reason, and you have no idea why.
You know what character I should have made if I was going to be a power gamer with this? Discord.
Oh god.
She'd be having a fucking riot.
No, because half your people couldn't talk. They disconnect all the time. You never know.
Ha!
So you guys walk back out of the club, which the club had this, like, it was like humid and warm. There was this smoke or mist in the air, and it was a very comforting presence. It was like you were wrapped in a blanket the entire time. And all of a sudden you walk outside and you're slapped in the face with the cold. Like it's just below freezing. It's like -1. It's starting to softly snow again, and you're back into this like crappy, slushy London weather. A lot of the snow near the roads is like this brown slush. And yeah, and you're also in the back alleys again, which is unpleasant in this part of Croydon.
That's confirmed, Ed. We were vaping ecstasy that whole time. Not that I complained.
You're not actually half wrong.
Wow, I'm marking that.
I'm never, ever wrong.
Athena agrees with Freak Man.
Most people do.
Timestamp.
People.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Oh, Cornelius.
I think for Mr. Cornelius, a broken clock is right the number of times a day he decides.
Good point.
A broken clock is right the moment Cornelius decides to actually get off his ass to fix it.
Okay, so you're as you get out into the wintry streets and everything like this, you can hear the city buzzing around you. I mean, it's midday. Croydon itself, like, even though the nightclubs are closed, there's still plenty of commercial shops and things around. It's got its residential sections, but it has a heavy amount of commercialism to it right now as well. And as we discussed last time, being near Christmas, the corporate machine is in full swing at the moment. There's just advertisements everywhere for new products and stuff. And it's far enough in the future that you know how you get those annoyingly bright like LED billboards nowadays or whatnot?
Yeah.
And they're starting to pop up everywhere. Well, a lot of buildings are just covered in these.
Not to mention it'd be Christmas music blaring out of every
Oh
speaker.
yes, it's Christmas music, like classical old-timey Christmas music, like Shania Twain.
Classics.
Carrie.
Yeah. Buble. You know, the old-timey stuff.
You can't not have Buble around Christmas.
No, it's Christmas. He's been let out of his box.
Put the Buble back in the box.
He's allowed out for 1 month. But yeah, that's what you're coming out into. Now, where is it that you wanted to go? Are you staying together and heading towards the Feather then?
I think it'd be a good idea to stick all together and just move as one. Croydon, although it's the business district, it's a bit of a slump.
I think it'd be different if Tav was able to find like a location for information, but
yeah,
just give it
also,
time.
there's still some cute aggressions out there.
Yes, there are. You figure the cute aggressions are partly there because they're this time of year. It's the type of thing that would manifest. This is when all, people are getting those cute little gifts, or, those misguided people that give people pets for Christmas, that type of thing.
Oh my god.
Commercials. Product placements, yeah.
Not the commercials.
don't do it, people. Do not give pets for Christmas.
No.
Yeah, that's our PSA for this episode. Don't give pets for presents.
Unskippable 5-minute ads.
Grabbing the skip down button.
I really hope we don't run into any bloody elves.
Hallmark movies.
Hallmark movies are commercial. Okay, well, in that case, you're heading towards the Feather. I wasn't sure if you were going to go there right away or not, but we can do.
Makes sense. It's a location that we actually know the location of. It's like we can go there and see if we can garner any information.
Oh, by the way, when is our next actual break?
Break? Well, in real life?
Yeah.
Just if you gotta go. It's fine. We're online, so it's not like I gotta see you leave. Go for
Got
it.
a bucket right there, doesn't he?
Hey, E-Dubs, thanks for the scribbles on the Twitch. Much appreciated.
The trick is true is that the catheter has come out, so.
Oh. I didn't know there was one.
Oh,
Okay.
you've just
Go
been
to the bathroom.
catheter?
I didn't know you had a catheter. Go on.
I don't.
Go!
I mean, if he had a catheter, he wouldn't have to go. Just happen.
Okay, we will get into this when he gets back. We're gonna take just like a 2-minute thing. Yes, in that case, thanks E-dubs. Much appreciated, for sure. The other guy, Tampax Plugger, I don't know if you're still around. Nice name, by the way. But yeah, this is Foundry Virtual Tabletop, in case you were wondering. It's probably Jet by now. And someone put me in pretty princess mode! Love it. I fixed the camera, by the way. Yeah, I fixed the camera for it. Well, it's a little bit off. For the most part, it's fixed. While we're waiting, I'm in pretty princess mode.
Oh, how lovely. It's princess time.
It's princess time. I'll do a magical girl transition and be like... Yeah, general area, as you travel there, it's a good walk. Croydon's not a small borough. It's a good chunk of London, actually. And since you guys are hoofing it, and it's slushy with the bits of ice hidden underneath and things like this, it's a little bit of a walk for you guys. Probably takes you a good 40 minutes to get to the location that you want to. Meanwhile, the entire time,
a car.
yeah, there's exhaust fumes from the various vehicles. Even after all this time, I mean, the vehicle's still using internal combustion engines and still spewing out horrible crap. Corporate machine has made sure of that. And the streets themselves, as you move further north in Croydon, or in Croydon of this period at least, the streets become a little dirtier. You figure southern Croydon, like the outer skirts of Croydon, are probably the nicer areas to drag people in from outside of London. But as you move further in, closer to like I'd say more core parts of London itself, you start getting to the parts of Croydon that haven't been reclaimed yet. And you do know that right before this era, Croydon had a lot of problems with criminal doings and things like this. It was not the nicest of areas. It was sort of run down. Not the worst borough, but it was sort of run down.
Is there a nice area around here? Because so far we've seen like back alleys.
Well, where you were at the Love Bug, except for those back alleys, the main streets themselves were fairly well put together. They were very commercial, very cleaned and prim and proper, except for all the slush and stuff. But I mean, they're going to constantly clean that. But I mean, that's where you saw a lot more of the advertisements, but you see a lot of the stores, especially the higher end stores. The Love Bug itself is between like some very other high end nightclubs and stores. It's as you're moving this direction, you're seeing a lot more in the way of like mom and pop shops and things that are struggling.
Okay.
Corporate.
I was picturing more like Midgar slums, so that makes more sense.
Yeah, it's just that it's not as wealthy of an area. The streets are not in as good of a repair. There's a lot more potholes and cracks and stuff within the streets. This map I actually made before I got Dungeon Draft, so it's not as pretty. I made this one in Incarnate, which had its uses, but not as useful. So we'll just wait for Athena to return.
How do I make it so when I type out, it doesn't say my name, instead it says Freakman?
Select your token and then type, I think.
Oh, really?
Or I think you can do /IC for in character. Because I think the default is you don't have to type OOC. I think it's just the default is out of character.
No, it still says Drew.
1 second.
All right.
Try,
okay, that's why. 1 second. Let me get rid of these tokens. I had these tokens on here before I fixed them last week.
Ah!
Done so much cyber cocaine, I can't see my face.
So like, yeah, there it says the Freakman now. That was the problem. I remember how last week I had to fix it because some of your tokens were wrong.
Gotcha.
There you go. Now your tokens are correct. Set. Okay, there we go. We will just wait for him to finish his poopies. I got cookies! This gives me a chance to eat a cookie.
Oh, cookies.
Nice.
Try not to inhale it, like the cloves.
Yeah.
Goes in the stomach, not in the lungs.
I did not inhale.
If you're having a hard time at the Super Freak store, we can get you Drain-Cool X that'll get rid of unnecessary bits of lung.
Unnecessary bits of lung.
Ken,
Takes care of that.
this might be something to discuss later, but would I have family in the area? I'm the most like the non-god.
Yeah, okay. There is
like-
someone that I'm going to be introducing at one point, but you would know of her right away.
Okay.
The others may or may not know of her. Where is she? There she is. You know of Miss Britt.
Miss Britt.
Whereas you're like the punk movement of London and England and stuff, and she's more of the traditional English values.
Okay.
She's, although still English, almost the opposite of you, where you were about rebellion and breaking tradition. She was about keeping tradition and everything that represented being British.
You two probably butt heads a little bit.
Oh, probably.
So she would be like your closest quote unquote family.
Yeah. Okay.
She's like that perfect sibling that could do no wrong in your parents' eyes, and you're like the black sheep of the family.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about it's like, would Manchester have like great grandkids or anything like that? He probably got around a lot.
Totem don't, unless it's something that the people believe in, like Zeus bred because people believed he did. Totems generally don't have offspring.
Okay.
You just kind of spring from nothing. Except once again in some rare cases where people are like, oh yeah, Zeus can have babies with everything. Or others like Loki. Oh yeah, Loki's got some weird ass children. Like where is he? How long is he taking the poop?
You know, he said he had a catheter in, which would mean it would urinate immediately. And
You got to run to the store.
Catheter fell out. He had to go fetch his.
Yeah.
He had to go fetch the lube to get it back in there properly.
Father Time, dirty old man.
I had to find somebody to blow up the balloon.
Have you ever tried inserting a catheter without lubrication?
Wow, why would you get that and not just have a handy helium tank nearby? Blow up the catheter with a helium tank.
Father Time.
Father Time's the old guy who just doesn't care what anybody hears or what he says anymore.
Father, do you think you could rewind time like 40 seconds before you mentioned lube?
Back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So as I explained to them, it's a long walk, probably about 40 minutes. And as you're getting towards this end of Croydon, which is more of the northern end of Croydon, the quality of the places tend to degrade. You're getting less of these large nightclubs and big corporate stores that are all well maintained, and getting down into these more rundown residential buildings, some mom and pop shops that are kind of definitely struggling and not able to like maintain their signs or the frontage. And yeah, as you go along, you're definitely going into areas that are not as nice.
You know, actually, at Frequent's request, after the comments, I'm going to erase his memories of the last minute with me talking about lube.
I mean, that's legitimately something you can do, so.
Yeah.
And he requested it, so I'm going to assume no contest or check needed.
There's no fighting on this one. This was,
I'm just accepting it. I do not want to talk. I do not want to talk about the oldest man in history talking about lube. But yeah, this is where you reach here, and you do know that there's a couple set of buildings here. And it's one of these buildings along here. The numbering's not terribly great in the area, so you're not exactly sure which one of these buildings it is. It's one of those areas where you kind of get general instructions, and maybe they, like, if mail comes in, they have like mailboxes, like the collected mailboxes or whatever.
Have these buildings always been business?
There's a mixture. The ones to the south of you seem to be mostly residential, like apartment buildings.
Okay.
Whereas the ones to the north of you, the one directly north of you seems to be boarded up, actually. Like right to the north of you. That wall there, it does seem to be, there's a door in that little alcove, and it seems to be boarded up. A little bit further on, you can kind of see through the windows. Once again, I made this an incarnate before I had Dungeon Draft, so there's not nice windows. But that one seems to possibly be open, but there's no lights on or anything that you can really see.
Athena will gaze out with her gray eyes and basically try to look for
I guess it's daytime.
Signs and evidence of which one it is.
Switch to... Go away. Go away!
Signs of, like, a feather symbol or
Push
light.
it to daytime. Since it is daytime, you can see a little bit more clearly.
Okay.
So I have unpaused it. You should have access to move your tokens now freely as need be. And as you do so, you should be able to, like, it'll expand more of the map. You'll be able to see more. Hopefully it's set up properly. This is one of the first maps in Foundry I actually set up, and I haven't really touched it much since. Probably should have looked.
Taverson, is this the right address?
Well, Google Maps says this is the place.
I think it will look for signs of
Which place is the right place?
her brothers.
It doesn't say. It just kind of gives a general area.
What? There's no addresses?
I look up at the buildings and try and guess the addresses.
Once again, these are kind of crappy in the way that they're numbered. You're thinking the one closer to where Freakman is, the one on the left there, is probably the building you want to go to.
This
North?
one.
North?
Yes. No, they're not on the southern side of the street. That's all residential.
Right. Well, it's your family, Athena. Get in there.
Athena will walk up and just double check again for signs that it could be her brother's old place.
Neither of the buildings seem to have a sign to them or anything. This building, this building does have a small sign. This building actually just says accounting firm.
Are you sure?
But the sign itself looks like it's almost a sticker, like it's in the window of the door.
On which side?
And it looks like it's put on the inside to show outwards, and it looks relatively new.
Aren't your brothers also they're not just fast and messengers? Don't they have other realms which they espouse?
The main one is the threshold, the boundary between here and other places. But that boundary and as well as their quickness does make them occasionally the favorite of thieves. The like.
Well, there you go. So
It's white lighting on his guitar. She's just busking in the street.
Very well.
Always.
I will walk up and try the door.
Yeah, go for it. If the door's unlocked, you'll know, because you can click it yourself. You should be able to see it, can you?
Break the door. Hey, the door open.
If it's locked, it just won't open for you. You hear a little rattling sound. Going inside, you do see a person at basically the front desk. There's no one else in here, though. There's a man there. He's in like business casual, I would call it. And he just looks over at you, looks up and goes, "Welcome to the accounting firm. How can I help you?"
Yes, hello. I think we might be lost, actually. We're looking for the feather delivery service.
I am sorry to hear that. There is no feather delivery service here.
No.
I would like to speak to an accountant about my accounts.
I am sorry, but there is no one available at the moment. Would you like to make a appointment?
Well, when's the soonest appointment possible?
By the way, Freakman, as you move around behind the back of the counter, you notice his computer's not on. He has no paperwork in front of him or writing implements of any kind.
Yeah, something's up.
Please do not come behind the counter.
What? Wait, hold on, Kyle. Or hold on, sir. Why is your computer off?
I have not turned it on yet.
This man's a vampire. I don't trust him. I'm gonna have Billy throw me my piece. Billy, my piece.
Oh, this escalated quickly.
Oh wow. Okay, so the child throws you your gun.
Very unlikely. It's a
I point. Drop. Stand up right now. Put your hands behind your head, vampire. Somebody get a mirror quick.
Athena will just blink and sort of just shut down for a second. The absolute utter foolishness of what she is just.
I didn't see no reflection in that black screen. I think he's a vampire.
Yeah, it's just shutting down her wisdom.
Please do not threaten me with a gun. I will call the police.
I'm gonna do my. I got a thing here. Hold on. What's it called again, though? Second here. My ability is called Spin Identity. You convince intelligent creatures who can see, hear, and understand you that you are something other than who you actually are. You don't impersonate a specific individual known to the victim. Instead, you convince the victim that you are someone they do not know, belonging to a certain category of people. So I'm going to let him know that I'm MI5, basically that I am the police.
Okay.
He's going to tell me everything. And I get.
All right. So why don't you make? 1 second. Let me bring him.
Copy complete.
Okay. Well, can you make an intellect roll for me? It's difficulty 1.
So, and I can put points into this.
If you wanted to, yeah.
I'll put one point into it.
Well, it's costs you normally 3 unless you have like the
I have edge.
The edge, which would make it 2, so it would be like 2 points from intellect to lower it to a difficulty of 0.
I will lower it to a 0.
All right. You sound very important. I do not wish to interrupt you in what you are doing. I am sorry.
Tell me everything you know. I'll put my gun away.
Well, everything?
Everything. If you stubbed your toe when you were 5, I want to know about it.
I see. I don't know much, I'm afraid.
Let's start with your name. What's your name?
Mr. Smith.
Sounds like something a vampire would use.
Do you have a first name, Mr. Smith?
Jim.
Mr. Jim Smith. What year were you born in, Mr. Jim Smith?
2044.
Does he look 35 years old?
It's really hard to place his age. But you're guessing he looks more like late 20s, early 30s.
All right.
Told you he was up to no good.
He's sort of a slight build, not thin but not pudgy. He's got fairly short cropped brown hair, light brown eyes. He's not wearing glasses or anything. Like I said, he's in sort of a business casual, like he's wearing like khaki pants and like a polo.
Poor bastard.
I
Who else is
am
working here with
afraid
you
you
today?
are going to have to leave soon.
Who else is here with you today? Are you the only one in the office?
I am not. There are others in the office as well.
many?
Taverson, by the way, you're outside.
Yep.
Now, you guys noticed what you were able to see in the front. Like, this entire front of the store is a big stained glass window. And there are people on the streets, especially since there's someone busking. So, several people have walked by, seeing a man pointing a gun at someone at the front desk of a local business.
Oh boy.
And you hear a couple people starting to panic, and there's one person going, "Call the police! Call the guard! The guards!" And there's definitely one or two people like fumbling for their cell phones.
Yeah, I'll yell cut. Who are these civilians? Get them out of my shot.
Ooh, we're gonna go this road, are we? Okay. All right. So, let's see here.
Oh, there I am.
Skills. Okay. Let me bring up the thing here. I'm going to say this is going to be a challenging role because there's no cameras. It's out of the blue. So I'm going to say this is going to be difficulty 5 intellect roll.
Okay.
To sort of try and convince them that you are indeed filming something.
Okay.
Can we give him an assist?
You're outside. I mean, how would you attempt to assist this in any way?
Oh, this is great. I'm gonna come out with my headshots and start signing them and handing them to random people in the street and yell out, "I need a break. Where's my trailer?"
Okay,
That
so
sort of
as
thing.
basically you're inside, you aim the gun. That's when you look outside and you notice there's like a half dozen people looking through
I
the
didn't realize
giant
there was
window.
people outside to kind of witness all that. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so I'll come out, start signing headshots. Freak man, where's my trailer? I need a drink.
Okay, in that case, I will give it to you as an assist. So I would say that it's going to be now target number 12, difficulty 4. And
Can I
it'll
also
be
help
into
like
it.
switch up by like playing like theme music or something?
Okay, so if you want to assist that with that as well, I will lower it one more. We're gonna say it's gonna be difficulty level 3, target number 9. That's the most assists I'm gonna
Alright.
say that you're gonna get out of it though.
It's like people just stop what they're doing and they're like, all right, what's going on?
Yeah. Once again, I did mention there was other people in the streets, and then you could see in through the
Nope.
window. You were not successful. So, like a couple people like look around. One person starts to like put their cell phone away, and then you hear another guy going, "Well, where are the cameras? This doesn't look right." He's like there eating a burrito. It's Burrito Man from Cyberpunk. He's like, "Where are the cameras? I don't
filming
think
this
this is
guerrilla style."
legitimate." I'm calling somebody about this. Thanks for the follow, Dark Maminzi. Yeah, so he actually, whereas you've kind of convinced a couple of other people because of, all of you doing it. He's like, I don't know, he's like full on futuristic neckbeard. He's wearing wearing this like shiny plastic coat that's got that like rainbow semi see-through.
Get out of here.
He's wearing cargo shorts that come up just above the knee.
In the winter.
And it's
Fedora?
Thankfully he's not wearing sandals or anything because Crocs have come out with this new boot. It's a Croc boot.
Oh no.
That he's wearing.
It's a Croc boot.
They're called Croots.
Actually going to just bolt outside towards the guy
Okay.
as she comes out of her just stupor from witnessing all of this. And just basically goes to grab the guy's cell phone.
Oh,
And just
he almost like steps back a moment. He's like, "Hey, my burrito! I mean my cell phone."
Yeah, and she's basically just going to yank it away and say, "No flash photography. The only cameras allowed are the hidden cameras."
Give me back my device.
I'll walk up. This is the guy that's like causing a fuss still.
Yeah.
I'll walk up and like tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, "Sir, you need to leave," and I'll erase his memory for like the last 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because you can do that up to the last 5 minutes. I mean, it's been less than 5 minutes. Yeah. So it's 3 intellect points. It's an action. With an intellect roll. Okay, so he's just a common dude. You're not doing anything overtly supernatural, so there's no difficulties with the disbelief factor. But I'm going to say like it's a little bit more difficult because he's so highly suspicious and everything. So I'm going to say at the moment it's going to be a difficulty 3, target number 9 roll.
While that's going on, I'm going to check the camera for pictures or video.
Can I spend an edge to lower the difficulty?
You can indeed do that. Yes.
Okay, I will do that.
You spend intellect points. Edge just
lowers it.
It would cost you. If you have an intellect edge, it would cost you 2 more intellect.
Yeah, so it's
I
going
will
to
do
be
that.
3 to activate the ability then. And then if you're lowering the difficulty by 1, it's going to cost you 2 more. So it's going to cost you 5 intellect points to do
I
this.
got an intellect to spare.
Yeah, you're like super intellect. So you spend the 5 intellect points. That brings it down to a difficulty of 2, target number 6. You have almost a 75%. You have a 70% chance of succeeding the roll, theoretically.
So yeah, I will erase his memory and like take the phone back from Athena. I'm like, "Sir, you dropped your phone. Are you okay?"
What? Yeah, I'm fine. I need a burrito.
Have a nice day.
Hey.
Manchester will hand him his kebab that he has in his bag. Go, how about a kebab?
Oh, thanks. He takes the kebab and just starts eating it. No questions asked. Because, I mean, if someone randomly on the street takes a kebab out of their bag, why wouldn't you?
I'm gonna hand him a signed headshot.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
And with that, you do successfully sort of de-escalate the situation. You convince the rest of them he was the only one, and then you've just wiped his memory.
There's still a vampire in there we have to deal with, you know.
I'm pretty sure it's not a vampire due to the rather large open windows with the sunlight coming.
He's bathing in sunlight.
He's a daywalker. It's obvious.
Like Blade.
I mean, realistically, who's going to stop us if we just walk in there?
I think the only day walking going on is that he's dead walking through his job.
Well, don't you know Prince Charles was a vampire? It was good he blew up. Put a less wooden shrapnel in him in the
Christopher,
heart.
you're the
We
one
might run
probably
into him
paying the
again.
most attention to him. You see him very slowly reaching towards the phone at the front desk.
So, John, right?
Jim.
Right?
Jim,
Smith? Yes. Yes. Do you remember what you wanted when you were 5?
a pony.
Yes. Yes, you did.
I'm pretty sure I wanted a pony.
Yes. You never got that pony. It's because you lived with, your parents in... Where were you living again? You were in...
Britain.
Yes, Britain. Now, since we've had a wonderful walk down memory lane, what about me getting an appointment with an accountant to see about my account?
Yes, an appointment. I can make an appointment for you. How is a week from next Wednesday?
A week from next Wednesday? Oh, I was hoping that I could get in sooner. I mean, it's the holidays, and...
A week from next Tuesday.
That's really not much sooner.
That is the best I can do.
That's the best you can do.
Yes. How about a week from next Tuesday at 3:44 a.m.?
3:44 a.m. You'll open all day.
Yes. And he starts like typing on the computer as if he's putting in the appointment.
I never expected an accounting firm to be open 24 hours a day.
Yes, as is normal.
Do you have anything on a Sunday? That would work even better.
Yes. A week from
good.
Sunday.
An accounting firm that is not only open 24 hours a day, but also 7 days a week.
That is correct.
I am very impressed by this.
Sundays at that time are some of our busiest days.
Amazing. And Jim, your
Yes, sir.
accounting firm, do you have any business cards? I really want to spread all about your
No,
wonderful.
I do not.
No business cards. No.
No, we are new.
Do you have a phone number that we can reach you at?
Yes,
I think
Yes.
I think-
Oh, well, what is it?
it is 5.
Uh-huh.
I think Jim might be a robot.
He's a vampire. I swear about it.
Robot.
No, he's not a robot, Cornelius.
I've seen him. He's a bloodsucker. About him a mile away.
This area up here, like, is that an open, like, that goes into the back kind of thing?
Yep. Looks like it's just an open archway.
Is there anything like a barrier there, or is it just
Nope.
Jim?
Nope, nothing stopped me from heading that direction.
Manchester's just gonna say it's my first day and just walk right past everybody.
You know what, Jim? Here, I'm going
Okay,
to.
stop
I'm going
for a second, Manchester.
I'm going to call my phone from your office line here. That way, I have your number.
No, as Manchester goes in, some things are gonna happen.
Oh, okay. I was going to reach over and grab the phone to see if there's a dial tone.
Yeah, you can do that as well. Actually, you instantly see the phone's not even plugged in.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Okay, and with that, he actually sort of reaches out and he does this like swiping motion, and the front window turns black.
Oh, lovely.
Oops. The door closes and locks, and we're gonna have to deal with some stuff.
Aw, hell yeah.
Told you he was a goddamn vampire.
With that, his features seem to almost melt away. He goes from business casual to more closer like a low rent, crappy business suit. but he no longer has hair. He no longer has a face. His skin is just this medium tone gray.
So they're slender. He's a slender man without being super tall and gangly.
Goddamn vampire. Yep, vampire.
Oh God, that's unsettling.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
It's the embodiment of corporate.
They are. I'm not sure if you can see the name. If I had it set, you can see the name. They're literally just called Nobody.
Yeah. They're kind of. Yeah.
Goddamn vampire. Let's get him.
Okay. With that, they are. They were that. Yes. Okay. Okay, with that, we are going to be entering into the combats. So we're going to select everybody. We're going to add everybody to the combat tree. Okay, and then I'm just going to do this roll all myself. Oh, it won't let me roll it because there's no initiative bonus attribute. Can we just roll a d20? Of course not. All right. It's got to be an easier way to set up Cypher Initiative because it works so much different than D&D 5e for some reason.
Yeah.
Also, what are these unknown combatants I just added? Move.
Oh, sure, Ken. Unknown combatants.
Yeah, I don't even know. Okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna get everyone to roll basically a d20 for me. It's a speed check basically.
Yep.
For now.
And what were we going to have danger sense work as again?
What is danger sense?
Normally would allow me to reduce the difficulty of initiative checks.
Right, because depending on what you roll, it depends on whether you get before or after them. Because the nobodies are just like they're difficulty 1 creatures, so like you have to beat a 3 target number to go before them, or like ahead of them. So you're all 1.
Yeah. So what are we changing the danger sense to? My ability.
He just adds it in after.
It doesn't change it to anything. You're changing the target. Because if they say they were a 5, so it's a 15, and you rolled below the 15, to you they'd be considered a 14 or like a 4, so a 12. So you'd still succeed on a 12 or higher. Basically, it's easier for you to succeed against them. Initiative in this system is an opposed check. It's not just rolling a static number.
All right. Sorry, I thought we were changing it from last time. So.
Nope. I was hoping to, but there's no easy way in Cypher to set that up. Okay, so we have I think so far the only person, so Tav.
I just posted a video in the private chat. It's just Tav at the door right now.
All right, so Tav, you unfortunately I should have been setting these to 3 actually. Yeah, there's got to be, I'm gonna see about scripting something for Cypher. It's the only complaint I have about the game is the initiative system isn't very compatible with anything. Okay, combatant 3, and I'll set this guy to, that is already set actually. So you are good. So really the only people that fail, so Tav, you had a 2, George had a 1, Freakman is there. This is kind of annoying. I think you can, it looks like Cornelius was able to update his, what he had in George. Are you able to put in your own initiatives?
Yeah, there's like a dice if you go to that
there's
tab.
a dice on that tab I just rolled.
Oh, it was allowing you to roll it. It wasn't allowing me to roll it for some reason.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, do that
I'll
one
take
then.
it. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, just click
In
on
that
the
case,
fist.
we're gonna roll it as that, and then basically Athena, whatever you roll, I will just increase the number if you get behind anybody.
Okay.
So like you'll actually, in this instance,
Yeah.
you will.
So if I can get Tav and Freakman to do the rolls as well in that tab for me.
Oh, tab, it's in the fist. The fist tab.
Wait, I don't think this works.
Yeah, it's that second tab, the fist. There'll be
There we
a
go.
D20.
There we go. 18.
There you go. Yeah, because we're in combat now. Perfect. Okay, and Athena, you are going to be bumped up a little.
Yeah, I was about to say she probably go above the stock if it works the way I think it works.
Yes.
Because she basically lessens the difficulty of them.
Yeah, I just put her above there. So PCs that go at the same point, you actually decide who goes first. You don't have to go in that order. Normally, I think I'm just going to go in the order, however, because Foundries, once again, they're all set up to be more like 5th edition, right? So
Yeah.
I'm just going to go in that order. I just work at that Athena gets bumped up above any other challenge ratings instead. Actually, what I'll do, I think I'm just going to add a static +3 to your initiative rolls.
Okay.
I think that's the easiest way, because that's the equivalent of lowering the difficulty by 1, right? It's just a 3 difference.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna, so you'll be like a 9. So I'm just gonna add 3 to your rolls. I'll see about setting up like an initiative script or something. Make it a little bit easier on us.
Again, second session.
Yeah. Okay. Bug gun combat. Okay, so Tav, you're the first one to react. You see him change in front of you. And Mad Manchester, you see him. I mean, you don't see him, but you do see more of these Mr. Nobodies when you opened that door, which sort of triggered everything. You see them at empty desks with no computers, no writing implements, nothing, and they seem to have been just sitting there staring at the walls.
Oh.
And that's when, Tav, you sort of react at this thing morphing in front of you, the door locking, and the window turning black. It is still well lit
like,
in
oh
here.
god! He starts pulling on the door right as the music starts kicking in.
What would you like to do?
Tab's not doing anything right now. He's just yanking on the door trying to get it open.
Okay. Oh,
Tab
and
is freaking
there
out.
was some slight music playing in the background that's slightly heightened in volume as well.
Is it off key now? Please tell me it's off key now.
It switched to like a minor key.
Oh, lovely.
What kind of music? Like,
Music.
what are we talking
Not music. Music.
Music. Oh.
So like that non-committal, copyright-free corporate bullshit music.
So any kind of hold music when you work at a call center.
Yep.
Basically.
Elevator music.
Music is
yeah.
its own genre.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I feel you.
Oh god, I hate it.
Just Google music.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yep.
Yep.
Going back to my techno music.
Yeah, just pull up the headphones and got some Black Betty blaring.
Okay, so that was Tav, so we're gonna move on to the next person. So Freakman, you're the next to react. He hasn't done anything aggressive, but he's changed and you've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, but I've read about it. He's a goddamn vampire. I'm gonna walk over to one of these chairs.
Okay.
And I'm gonna bash the chair against the table to break off a spiky bit of wood from the chair.
Getting yourself a stake. Got it. So you like smash the
goddamn
wooden
vampire.
chair.
Everybody arm up.
I like how you don't
So I'm gonna-
you don't just spout the bullshit, you believe it.
Oh, I believe, yeah, that is part of, this whole thing. Yeah, so,
Bullshit.
anywho, Do I have to do a check to break a chair?
No, I'll just give that to you. You're just breaking a
All
chair.
right, so I'm gonna start handing out pieces of wood to Cornelius there, Cornelius and George.
So you've splintered off several pieces of sharpened wood as stakes. They would be considered light weapons, I guess.
Very good.
All right. Well, that was you. So, Mr. Cornelius, this thing is, you think, looking at you? I mean, it doesn't have eyes, so.
I'm gonna wait to see what happens. I'm not gonna attack yet, but I will activate my resonance field ability.
Okay.
Basically, it'll help me with defending it.
The resonance, that's the one that gives you the asset on the next one?
No, that's different.
Well, that's it.
Resonance field, basically what I have to roll, I could an intellect roll, places that I would normally make, and I get like a minor or major effect while defending. They actually
cool. So you can use your intellect to defend against like physical attacks.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, cool. I like that.
I'm basically viewing it as like foresight.
Yeah.
It's like I'm flavoring. Attacks.
Manchester. So you see these two guys.
Manchester's gonna like see these faceless people and be like, hello boys, I don't think this is where I parked my car.
This isn't where I parked my car.
Yeah, and he's gonna start moving up.
Okay. You like close the door after you, or?
Oh no, he'll leave it open, won't touch it.
Okay. Yeah, you moved up a bit. You're gonna do anything else? Or you're gonna open the other door? You can move a bit further if you want. Actually, you move much further.
No, I'm just gonna pull out my handgun and just wait.
Okay, so you just like sort of like hug against the wall with your gun out, and just like, oh fuck, here we go. Athena.
All right, so yeah, my danger sense is going off the rails.
Your danger sense triggers, and as a result, you actually boosted yourself a little bit to the point where you're gonna react like right away.
So yeah, I'm basically quick drawing the Palace 9 silenced SMG,
Okay.
folding it, and going to
take
just
cover.
burst into this guy.
Okay, so you're gonna like fire over at that nobody that's in front of you.
Yeah.
The creepy faceless face looking towards you. So in that case, yes, it is difficulty 1, target number 3. That is good. So how much damage is that?
That is 4. It's medium.
Medium. Okay. That is enough to end him. So you just sort of reach over. You see the Mr. Nobody like creepily looking towards you, and you just pull the gun and like lazily almost like shoot him through the forehead. And as you do so, it's like there's no blood or anything, and it's like his body discorporates, and all that's left behind is a cheap budget suit.
Shades. Also, upon witnessing that, where is my sheet here?
Is your gun infused with sunlight or something, or garlic?
That was just real with some of those
Sun-dried garlic.
Holy water. Got it.
Yeah.
Not an actual gun, it's just a squirt gun.
Find the flaw. If the opponent has a straightforward weakness, takes extra damage from fire, can't see out of its left eye, or so on. GM tells me what it is.
Their flaws would have been social interactions.
Yeah, we gathered that when I opened their mouth.
And bullets, apparently.
And they have, like, as far as you can tell, they're very, very weak powered creatures. Anything will work on them.
This one appeared to have a severe lead allergy.
Not put shades. Make quick work of them. And, yeah, I guess that's it for me.
Bullets. My only
Oh, actually,
weakness.
speed test to see if
How did you know?
Speed test to do what, sorry?
Fleet of foot. See if I can move.
Don't trip.
And edge, so difficulty 1. Not that that has ever actually helped me yet, except for once. Actually, that didn't help.
Rolls are a little better this session.
A bit. They're still rolling sub 10. Okay, I can move.
Hey, you stay on your feet.
You got it. So yeah, you can move more than just the, what is it, 3 meters?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can move up to like 15 meters now if you wanted.
Just try to remember.
Hold down control and then click and drag your token. Then keep holding control, but you can let go of the mouse part and then just like click to add waypoints.
And I also double checked the so
You cut out there.
So it's 10 feet for immediate range, or up to 50 for short, or 100 for long.
Yeah, I've got it in the encounter and combat basics thing. There's a section for range and speed there. It should have it all written out. So, did I have this map on meters or feet?
This map is in feet.
On feet.
Yeah.
Feet. Okay, so yeah, 10, 50, 100, and then beyond 100 is special.
Okay, so how far can I move?
50 feet.
Okay, so that's going to be a lot more.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can move a good distance. So you can move pretty much all the way down to the end of the hallway if you wanted to.
I'll just move basically to here. That way I can keep both sides covered.
Got it. All right, next. Oh, my turn. I get to go. Yeah. Oops.
Stalker? Oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
And just remember, edge on its own doesn't lower the difficulty, it lowers the cost of lowering difficulty. Normally 3 points from a pool to lower the difficulty of something. Edge just makes it cheaper.
Makes it 2.
Oh, in that case, that should have been a target.
So it
6.
still costs you 2 points. If you wanted to.
Yeah, you can still spend the points if you want, but yeah, it just lowers the cost from 3 to 2.
Yeah.
Eventually, once you get like 3 edge, you can start doing those extras for free.
In that case, it would have been a 6.
You still would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay, so the Stalker comes in. Now, this is an entirely different looking figure. Let me bring up a picture for you here.
Oh, great.
So this thing comes from out of the other room, and whenever you get near this thing, you guys feel a tug of power away from yourselves, like an emptiness inside of the room of hopelessness and nothingness. And there's you look inside the hood and there's darkness. There's no face. There's no nothing. This
Sounds like somebody who would interview at a corporate company.
Yeah, exactly.
Sap the life out of you.
No, that's after working there for a year.
Turned into a nobody.
Okay.
The head of HR, he's here to make some reductions.
What do I wanna
What's the
do?
current
What
head
do I
count?
wanna do? I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna have him straight up attack instead of using the ability. So I'm gonna have him straight up attack. So, but he sort of startles you as he comes out of nowhere, making it so that he is currently. It is currently a might check to defend yourself with difficulty 4. Target number 12.
All right, let's do this thing.
Okay. Thankfully, I didn't get a free intrusion or anything like that. But it is 4 damage or 4 might points of damage that you receive.
Oh, that hurts. I don't have a lot of that.
Yeah. So as he comes out and he's got this wicked curved blade, nothing else special about it other than that it's just a nice sharp blade. And he slashes it towards you, sort of ripping a new hole into your probably already ripped shirt. And it definitely hurt. There's no response from him. In fact, these things are whisper quiet. You didn't even hear him approach the door. And even when the door opened, it almost seemed muffled. The other stalker, we are going to do... See how well this works. The other stalker just sits there and concentrates for a moment. And... Come on. Everything darkens to be like dim light. It is a little bit harder to see. And even though the lights are still clearly on, it's like everything just dimmed for some reason. Even okay. Tav, even the gizmos that you're using, like your device that you're playing MP3s off of or whatever, your music, that even doesn't seem to be emitting as much light.
Oh no.
All right, that was those two. You did, so it's your turn. Oops. You can go there. But he can't quite reach you, actually. So he is instead going to spend the rest of his turn just moving all the way up to you.
Oh, yay.
All right, next. We got this guy. He is going to do probably the same thing. He's going to spend his turn to get like right up here. And then this guy, who's going to be next? I'm going to go like that. And George Nicholas, you're next. And hello, new chat person.
Oh. Well, George is absolutely stunned by this thing in front of him. He has never really experienced anything like that, which is saying a lot.
Considering some people in your party are literally gods.
Hence his hesitation to move fast.
Gotta go fast.
But he's also not one to slack around. So he is going to come up to here.
Remember, you can move a long distance as well, but you have to make a check if you're going to do that.
Yeah, that's as far as he's going to move. Okay. And as he does, he's just got that bit of timber that the Freak Man gave him.
Your makeshift stake, taking care of the vampires. Got it. All right, back to the top. Tav.
All right, Tav, let's do this. As he lets go of the door and like some really high energy music starts beeping out of his headphones.
Wop, wop.
Nah! Goes into a rage.
And yeah, his arm will just come apart and the shotgun will come out.
Yeah, I forgot you had a built-in shotgun in your, like, you got this, like, mecha thing going on with that. Bow. Yeah. All right, that is difficulty 1. These guys are just babies, little guys.
Oh, just.
Good lord, man.
That was close.
Are you trying to shoot off my head? Cutting a little close.
I'm not trained with this thing.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Bang. Okay.
I just built it.
And it's
Seemed
a
like a
medium
good
weapon
idea
that
at the
hits
time.
like a large, right?
6 damage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's done. He's
It's a
done.
heavy weapon that only has an immediate range.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a shot, and it's like Hollywood movie style shotgun is basically how they basically do
It's
it.
like it's like Hollywood sawed off.
Okay, so it is.
Remember, upside the barrel it says dank memes.
So what we were doing.
You don't reload, you upvote.
Yeah.
Second here. Okay. So in that case, Freakman, you're next.
All right. With my new stake in hand, I guess I'll just mosey over control, right? I don't really have any advantage. I don't have any view of the next guys, so I'll just kind of. Wait, it's spacebar now? Yeah, there we go.
You got it.
All right. I can't move that far and shoot, though, I don't think, right?
Well, immediately you can move, what was it? 10, 15 feet?
10.
What is it? 10 feet. You can move 10 feet and still do an action.
Well, if I go tip to tip. Are we talking? We're doing like center of, or edge of.
Edge to edge or center to center, whichever.
Okay, I might be able to work.
If you're a foot or two beyond, I'm also not worried about it. It's not the end of the world. We're not going exacts here.
I'm just gonna fire a random pistol shot at one of these vampires. I'll soften them up before I get the stake out.
Vampires. They're vampires. They don't even have mouths.
It's a 9 on the die.
Okay.
Not adding anything into it.
Okay, it's only difficulty 1. So
So I shot one of them with a bullet. The first
Okay.
one.
This was how much damage?
It's light.
Lights at 2. Okay, so this guy. Come on. All right. It does seem to wound it fairly well.
This confirms my theory. Look, I gotta finish it with wood.
Bullets do nothing. Okay. All right. That is it for that. Mr. Cornelius.
Alrighty.
So,
Mr. Cornelius gonna move. Ish to there.
it's a crowded little corridor.
And I'm gonna say to myself, all right, let's see if I can pull this off. I saw this trick done by a slayer way back in the day.
And I'm gonna take the stake and hurl it. Oh wait, it's dead already?
That one's dead, yeah.
Ah crap, there's nothing within range. Never mind. Retcon, I didn't do anything, I just moved up a little bit.
Senility kicked in for a second. Watch this. What was I doing? I need to poop.
Oh wait, I forgot I'm not there.
Not yet.
Anticipation.
Oh, in that case, you could use your action to move up further if you wanted.
I can. I will actually move.
You now, if you use your action, you now have another 40 feet of movement, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna head up here over to this sector.
There you go.
And I'll use my anticipation. So I have an asset
Anticipation.
thing.
Got it. Next. So we Sorry.
Oh no, has something new entered the fray?
Mayhaps indeed. Okay. I'll just move it. This. Biff.
Oh shit, biscuit.
As coming around the corner, it doesn't really have different sizes for different size tokens, but this thing's actually quite large. Like the top of it brushes the ceiling. As this thing comes around the corner.
Oh God!
Fuck that noise.
But it did everything it could just to get to where it is, and that's it. It's done.
Oh damn.
Fun.
Tab just reloads.
Mad Manchester. So you've got 3 guys on you. Well, entities.
The stalker in front of me. Because I'm holding my pistol, can I gun butt it to activate a cipher?
I mean, if you want to flavor it, that's how the cipher is activated. Go for it.
Well, because the cipher says to activate the cipher, the user must succeed on a melee attack against a creature about the size of the user and whose level does not exceed the cipher's level.
Oh yeah, if you're doing like a gun butt, I just consider that a light weapon.
Okay.
But I would allow it.
I'm going to attempt to gun butt the stalker to try and activate the cipher.
All right. That's currently difficulty 2, target number 6.
Okay.
Actually, no, wait. Sorry, he's in dim light. It's difficulty 3, target number 9.
Shite. Okay. All right. Everybody pray for my butthole.
What?
He says that in character. Oh,
Oh jeez.
so close.
So Manchester's gonna basically slap this dude with his pistol and activate the cipher Slave Maker.
Oh shit.
The cipher bonds to the target, who immediately becomes calm. The target awaits the user's commands and carries out all orders to the best of its ability. The target remains so enslaved for a number of hours equal to the cipher's level minus the target's level. If the result is 0, the target remains enslaved for 1 minute.
Damn. Okay, I'll give him this token.
So he's gonna slap him with the pistol and say, he's gonna slap him with the pistol and say, "Little help here, mate."
It wordlessly, I mean, it doesn't seem to react, but it's not like it has facial expressions or a voice, so you're not sure. But I mean, it seems to take hold. As far as you can tell, the effects do work on it.
Okay. And then once I use the cipher, do I get rid of it?
Yes, the cipher's gone. Ciphers are just one-use things, and then you're done. Just delete it.
Yeah.
And then, so you told them to help you. Got it. Fuck. Athena.
Okay, so I whirl around after the guy in front of me just gets obliterated by a shotgun blast.
Yes.
Look at this thing. Just wear for a bit. Blood and bones. And full round burst of SMG fire into this guy.
Okay.
What's the target number?
Difficulty 5, target number 15.
Okay, so I'm going to be doing some reductions on that. First up, does this thing have any straightforward weaknesses?
You would learn that right off the bat. It's a complicated one. Not directly. He doesn't have any weaknesses. But you have a feeling that anything that steels you against fear would be very helpful when combating this thing.
All right, steel yourself against fear. The wraith fears. The lack of fear. Some of that. I don't know. I'm distracted right now. Can't think straight.
It's all good, bud.
Knowledge brings you out of the darkness. Truth will set you free.
Along those lines, those work. All right. So yeah, and then I'm going to.
Truth will set you free. The Illuminati make cornflakes.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to drop my speed by 2 points to lower the difficulty.
Okay, so you've lowered it to a 4, target number 12.
Yeah, I'll lower it by additional point.
You won't be able to because right now your effort is 1, so you can only apply 1 level of effort.
Oh, okay.
Once you get your effort score higher, then you can start doing it. And it's nice because additional lowerings are only 2 points per level. But until you can only do right now, you can only do it once. You have any ciphers to help or anything like that, you can use them.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh, and actually,
This thing is actually kind of gnarly. So instead of the SMG,
and actually it's dim light in here right now. Immediate range defenders have 1 step advantage. Short range defenders have 2 steps advantage. He's, I'd say he's an immediate. So he technically is actually still at a 5 because he actually should have been at a 6.
okay. So in that case, melee. Would melee be effective still or not?
That is immediate. Like you're still within immediate, like melee range, basically.
Yeah, in that case, not going to use the cipher. Just going to try and shoot.
Okay, doke.
And hope for a miracle. No modifiers and 5 still.
It is, yeah. Your target number is 15.
Oh boy.
3.
Ugh,
RNGesus hates you once again.
Yep.
just spray up the back wall.
But hey, it wasn't. At least it wasn't like a GM intrusion or anything.
This time.
And I mean, don't forget, guys, you've got experience. If you would like to spend experience to do rerolls or to allow the group to enter red line mode, you can do so.
I'm gonna try to reroll.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
Cost.
Woohoo!
Hey,
That's better.
There you go. Now you
13
got
extra
it.
points.
It was probably worth the experience, right? So you did end up spending an experience.
Yeah, I'm lowering myself down to 2 experience from 3.
Okay, so I'm keeping track of it in my thing as well.
Yeah, and it's 4 points damage.
Okay, 4 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay, you do manage to damage it for 4 points. It does look like it hurts it, although it was you sort of had to will yourself with the powers that you have to force yourself. It's almost like you couldn't aim your gun for a second. This thing in front of you, even to you, is causing this dread and terror whelming up underneath, and it was very difficult for you to steady your aim.
it's like a scene of like a horror scene where you see like the SWAT member with the machine gun backing up, hands shaking, just unloading at the thing that you can't see down the hall.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You've got the lights that are like dimmed and flickering all of a sudden. It's very hard to sort of aim on it. Not fun. Okay, the stalkers go, including your pet. Okay. All right. So your pet is how much damage does it do? Does 2? Actually, your pet's going to basically take the which one's this? Pet is going to take out this guy and then just sort of move to his place.
Yes.
Because the neat thing for me, since I don't do rolls, when it's an NPC versus an NPC, the higher level one just wins.
Oh, nice.
So the stalker is higher level than the nobody, so the stalker just wins the contest and deals his damage.
So picking the stalker was the right call.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then the other stalker's not within immediate range. Oh, but he's gonna at least move up to you. But unfortunately, that is his turn. They are kind of short-ranged for that. There's one Mr. Nobody left. He's going to be attacking with a might check for you, Mad Manchester.
So I have to roll?
Yeah, it's currently difficulty 1, target number 3, might check.
Oh, fuck.
Wow. Okay,
That was close.
Just. Can't believe how close that came. George Nicholas. Christopher Nicholas.
Oh, so this new thing has shown up.
That new thing has shown up.
Yeah,
I feel like this isn't a correct representation. Let me... That's a little too big.
Oh.
A little bit too big.
bigger.
Oh, God.
There we go. I feel like that's a better size.
All right.
Not really
Well-
sizes in this game, but I find it's just better for the representation of what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, George is not particularly impressed by this thing showing up. Everything on this side appears to be handled.
And everything about this
so,
creature in front of you it seems to be dread and fear.
And yeah, George is kind of the opposite of that. Kind of his thing. Okay.
Yeah, your wheelhouse is all like happiness and hope and stuff.
Yep. This thing and I do not get along. I'm gonna do my magic hop trick. And I'm gonna pop him behind it.
That lets you like jump or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Like it's the top of it's touching the ceiling basically, but it's almost like in a pyramid shape. Like there's still big areas on either side of it near the ceiling. So you just kind of do this little like acrobatics tumble flip over top of it, landing behind it.
Yep.
There's like just enough room for you to squeak in.
Yeah. And which is kind of amazing. It's almost like you kind of see George kind of shift size almost as he pops through. Yeah, and by the time he lands, his silver axe is in his hand.
Hey, sweet.
And that's George's turn.
That's you. Back to the top. Tav.
Yeah, Tav will move up. Like, oh God, there's another one. And shoot a shotgun at that one.
The stalker thingy. Yep, you got it.
Yep.
That is a 2, difficulty 2 at the moment. Yep.
Nice.
So that's 6 damage, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he had 6 left.
Don't worry, Manchester, I got you.
That doesn't take it away from like his enthrallment, right?
He's dead.
Oh.
So yes.
God damn it.
Can't enthrall what's not there anymore. And the stalkers are just like the nobodies. They kind of discorporate and they just leave behind like a dagger that starts to crumble and then just like a cloak. Alrighty. So yeah, you just come out of nowhere, you like lift your like cyber shotgun arm and you're like, oh, bang! And you just hear from around the corner, God damn it.
I got your back.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna come up around the corner. I'm gonna see the weird monster thing. Does it appear to have ears?
No. Not that you can see. You don't know if it hears or not.
Doesn't need to understand, it just needs to hear. But I'll make a better judgment here later. That one's not a vampire, must be one of their pets. Let's see if it likes lead. I'll fire my pistol at it.
All right, that
Which
is
is a light weapon, so I lower it. I lower the light weapon. It goes down one to hit, right? It's easier to hit.
Yeah, the difficulty is
my attack. Okay, then it's so it was 6, but then you said you lowered it by 1, so it'll be as
by being a light weapon.
By being a light weapon, yes, that is correct. So being a light weapon, it lowers it to a difficulty of 5.
And so I can put some speed points into it to make it a 4.
If you would like to, yes, you could apply a level of effort.
That has to be 3, right?
It is 3 points unless you've got the an edge.
Which I do not. I do
Which
not.
you don't.
Okay, so I will put 3 points into it to lower it one more time.
Okay, so spend 3 speed, and that will lower it to a difficulty of 4.
So I basically, you see Freakman pop the lid off another capsule and just do a little quick bump of it, so he's a little bit speedy.
Oh yeah.
That's the spot. Right in the eyes.
Again.
Nope, he missed.
All right. So yeah,
Off
you
the back wall.
despite everything, it's a black shadowy creature. It's at the other end of a darkened hallway, and despite the little bit of the glint of the silvery axe you can see from George behind him and stuff, there's a few people in front of you, and it's just hard to aim past them and get a bead on this thing despite how big it is. And you sort of catch a bit of the cloak to the side, but you don't think you hit the creature itself. It doesn't seem to have reacted like you've hurt it in any way.
Doesn't have a sense of humor. Don't you know humor is what separates us from the animals and the vegans?
Damn it.
Love it. Mr. Cornelius.
all right.
Thinking Scary's next to you.
Kung Fu it.
What do you? What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm trying to think right now what exactly I want. That
I'm glad I was kind of nice to you guys for this fight. I'm glad both stalkers had used their ability. You guys would be fighting in total darkness right now.
that would suck.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out
like
my
4
scythe,
shifts.
do the attack.
And if I'd needed to, I'd start lighting it up again.
That's true. So what are you gonna do?
Pulling out my scythe.
Okay.
That.
Does the scythe come from anywhere, or is it like an anime pull, like just out of these robes, suddenly a full-sized scythe?
Well, I have my like walking stick in it, it's like a switchblade like thing in the
That just
in
springs
the
out.
walking stick. It's like I got my like walking stick, and then like I press the thing, and then like the scythe blade.
You like
pops
tap it
out.
on the ground and it goes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Watch where your fingers are holding that.
Just go.
It telescopes and the blade pops out.
Yeah, I can just see it now.
Yeah,
if you like screwed up one time, just like do that, and all of a sudden like, ah, my fingers.
Oh, I need to rewind time a bit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide what. Bend.
Well, that's his secret. It happens every time. Several times. He just rewinds it each time.
You
And all we
see
get to see is
that.
the times he's successful.
So I am gonna then.
That's my head cannon now.
You're welcome.
Make this slightly easy.
Sorry. So you're attacking it then?
Yeah, I'm gonna be attacking.
Okay. So at the moment, its target number is 6.
Drop that down by 1,
Okay. 5.
and hope for the best. Joke.
So close.
So
I mean, you can spend an experience point if you would like to reroll.
nah.
Okay, next, it's going to go. Okay. So,
Here.
it gets to actually do two things here because it can try to use its overwhelming fear and then actually do its attack. So George, you're the one closest to it and you got that big shiny axe. It doesn't like that. So intellect roll, which you guys are actually pretty good at the moment. Dimness does not affect this. So it is currently a difficulty 5 intellect check.
Okay. And using ciphers as an action, yes?
Using ciphers is unless the cipher states otherwise, it's an action to use it.
Oh. Mine doesn't say either.
Then it's an action.
Okay.
It's the type of thing you just sort of, it's like a buff spell.
Okay. Well, then my question would be is how long would it last?
If it doesn't specify time, it depends on the level of the cipher. I believe it lasts an hour per.
Okay. Cool. Just more curious than anything.
I'll have to
Okay,
double check on
so-
that, but I'm going to make a ruling for now. It's an hour per. But I do know that they're one use, but they're like a buff.
All right. Let me just double check everything before I roll. Make sure I don't have anything squirrely tucked away in here.
I mean, you can spend points if you want to defend against to lower it with a level of effort.
Yep. What's that? Okay, yeah. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm just going to lower it a level. So I spend.
You can apply a level of effort. It'll be 2 points from your intellect because you have an edge. 3 points unless you want to use your edge for it. Then it's 2 points.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use my edge for it.
Okay. So that a lower against this so it's a difficulty 4, target number 12 at the moment.
Excellent. All right. And I'm gonna roll that. No modifier. Level 4.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what?
Oh no.
XP.
Yeah, and I was actually gonna initiate redline mode because of lucky.
You can't spend XP to reroll an at 1.
No, I wasn't gonna be.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to anyways. Failure is fun, everyone.
Failure is
watching.
fun. Okay, so this thing, okay, originally what it was doing is using its overwhelming fear on you, which increases the difficulty of all of your checks for until the end of its next turn.
Okay.
But instead, you absolutely lose your mind in terror, and you can do nothing but flee until the end of its next turn. And if you have nowhere to flee, all you can do is basically like cower in the corner type of thing.
Okay.
Basically, you completely lose your mind, and then you're dropping your axe at your feet where it is now.
Okay. Cool.
And you guys just like this thing sort of faces towards, and like the hoods open up and all these insect legs thing open, and it shows George something on the inside. You guys don't see what it is, but you just hear this heart-wrenching guttural scream come from George on the other side. Something you've never heard before. And then it gets to do its attack, but it's not actually doing it on George. It is... oh yeah, that's more than close enough. It is going to shoving Mr. Cornelius just a little bit to the side as it reaches out with this chain clawed hook thing towards the Freakman.
Oh.
Tossing it at him, attempting to drag him towards it. Freakman, it is difficulty level 5, target number 15 at the moment.
What? Okay. So
you know what? Actually, it is such a surprise out of the blue. You didn't even expect it to happen. That it is just going to catch you off guard without even being able to defend yourself. If you would like to accept the experience, otherwise you may pay to experience to say, okay, I'm going to roll.
So it's going to grab me no matter what.
Well,
Can I do it?
Either I can use an intrusion and it's just the attack is just going to succeed, or you can pay an experience, refuse the intrusion, in which case you still get the roll.
No, that's fine. It got me.
Okay. So you get an experience, and who else would you like to give an experience point to then? That has something to do with this specific situation.
Yeah. Mr. Cornelius. Give a experience.
Mr. Cornelius?
Thank you, sir.
For rewinding time and making me forget about a catheter.
No problem.
Okay, so as you are pulled in, and you take 5 might damage.
Oh.
Ouch. That hurts.
Okay, my might is 0.
Okay, so you are 1 down on the damage track. So you, instead of hail, so if you go to the combat thing on your character sheet under damage track, you're going to see where it says hail. Click that and go to the next one is going to be impaired.
Yes.
So now effort costs an additional 1 + 1 per level. You no longer get minor or major effect results on rolls, and combat rolls of 17 to 20 only deal +1 damage. They don't deal more.
Okay.
I'm kind of surprised that the Freakman actually didn't start off impaired.
Hi-yo.
It's a different kind of impairment.
And as long as you bring that track back up to even a 1, you get rid of it. You go back to hail.
Gotcha.
It's only while one track is down at 0 that you're impaired. Well, I guess you are impaled as well. Okay, that was its
Slightly,
turn. That was good.
A giant hook got me. So
I like that. That was pretty good. Mad Manchester.
Okay. Manchester's going to back up for sure.
Okay.
He does not like being in the corner there. I think he's actually going to. Let me see here. Hold on.
And there's no attacks of opportunity in this system or anything like that. It's assumed everyone's dodging and weaving and stuff, so you can just move wherever. Can't really move past opponents per se, but
Hold on.
There are ways.
Cooler.
yeah,
But
you
they usually
either
cost
need
points.
abilities, or I'd have you make checks if you wanted to move past people. Like they'd be probably like speed checks or something. Or might checks if you're like trying to push your way past, or
Yeah.
and then if you have abilities like George is able to just like leap over him.
Yeah. So he is going to just move back from the door there.
Okay,
Um.
I'm just gonna move these bottles.
Yep. He's gonna holster his pistol and swing his guitar around.
Okay.
Is it an action to switch them, or can I still
No,
fire?
I'll let you do it. That's fine.
All right, yeah, he'll twist and strum, kick it over to 11, load his gun, and fire a rifle shot
All right, so you put the pistol away. Get the thing out.
at the other stalker.
So this is at the stalker in the doorway.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second here. Are you still in immediate range? Yeah, you're still in immediate. Okay, so that only brings him up by 1. But yeah, you're still at a range now, though. So it is target number 3, or sorry, difficulty 3, target number 9 at the moment.
Okay. And And what do I need to reduce it?
You can, this would be, since you're shooting, it's probably speed roll. You can spend a level of effort, which is 3 points off of your speed.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that to lower it by 1.
Okie dokie. So that brings it back down to a difficulty of 2.
Perfect. All right, let's roll her up.
Very nice.
Blew that out of the
Yeah,
water.
happy with that.
Okay. And what damage does your thing do?
I believe that is 4 damage. Give me just a second here.
Yeah, it's probably.
Yeah, it's 4. Counts as a medium weapon.
Hey, that's a good chunk out of him with your guitars. You did like boing, and then there's just like this bang. The thing sort of slams a little bit back against the door jamb itself. The door sort of swinging open and then shut again, sort of slamming it in what would be an ass as it reels there. Still making no sounds though. It's eerie how quiet these things are. The only thing that's making any sort of noise is this large horror creature that's making a slight clicking, chittering sound, and that's it. All right, Athena.
Yep.
What is up?
Okay. Well, yeah, that's not good. Is it possible to move over a target?
A hostile one?
Yes.
You can, if you wish, I will allow you to do a roll to do so. A speed roll. And if you have any skill training that may apply, you could do that would help it as well.
Well, other than, being fleet of foot.
That just makes you allow you to do multiple things when you move. But I mean that wouldn't count as your action.
Yeah. Yeah. Just thinking if I should get to the other side or not. Probably. Double checking my ciphers here. Yep.
He's looking at the ciphers. The only thing with this game is because you always have like a revolving door of abilities, it's hard to always familiarize yourself with them.
That's fair.
Now, just remember.
This thing is basically connected by a giant chain.
The hook that came out was connected to a chain.
Yeah, and then
you
the
didn't
chain
even see what threw it. It just like came out of it.
That's all I need to know. As long as it comes out of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to use.
The void.
Yeah, I'm going to use a magnetic attack drill. My first cipher.
Oh.
Yep. Which is a level 7, so it'll do 7 points of damage.
You rolled
and
good
I'm
on that.
basically going to use the chain as essentially a way of targeting the magnetic drill, so it'll just go straight along with the thing as it pulls Freakman back.
Okay, so you coalesce the energies that you received and then like fling it out where it sort of goes around the Freakman and unerringly like heads towards the metallic chain itself. Yeah, I know, but I'm still describing it heading towards it. I didn't say it hit yet, but it's going around the Freakman heading towards the chain. Now is going to be currently a difficulty level 6 speed check.
Okay. The fact that it has metal decreases it by 1 step.
All right. Okay. 5.
And then.
And it's a 5.
And I'll bring it down another 2 with a speed effort.
So you bring down another 1.
Yeah,
with,
spend 2.
2 points. I know what you meant. We're getting there. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So yeah, we brought it down to a 4. Getting easier.
Okay, and I think that's all I can bring it down by right now. So
That's still pretty good. Better than 18.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, so you're trying to hit a 12 or higher on the die.
Yep.
Hey!
Nice.
There you go. And actually, you're going to, because it counts as an attack, right? So you'd actually be doing extra damage. That would be a +2, wouldn't it?
Okay, then 9 points of damage.
It drills into flinking damage. Yeah, so it would be an extra 2. You're doing 9 damage. That is huge in this edition. Jeebus. Okay. Wow. That is a lot. That just drills into the things, and you can hear clanking on the inside you couldn't hear before. You think there was like more metal on the inside of it, like there was more of that chain, and as it sort of, there's this like light circling around it that came from Athena that seems to be like bouncing around inside of this creature, tearing bits of it, like bits of metal falling about and like out of the cloak and onto the ground. As finally you hear something from the creatures, there's this bit of like a screech type thing going on as bits of metal fall out of it. Wow, that was super successful. You chose the correct type.
May the thrown spear hit the weakest point.
It was weak against metal types, or it is a metal type. All right.
Magnet.
Magnet. Oh yeah, there's still one of these nobodies left. He's just gonna move up here, and he's gonna try to caress your cheek. So it is a might.
Wait, who's doing this? I thought you said nobody was left.
Get out.
Okay.
It's a difficulty 1. Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually difficulty 2.
Oh.
So before we take that roll, because that's a my bad, because I'm not going to force that on you, because it's still the dim light.
Okay. So do I just re-roll?
Oh well, you can before. Well, it'll still be that roll technically, but if you want to proactively or retroactively rather say you're going to lower the difficulty, you can.
No, I'm actually going to use my chaotic to re-roll.
Okay, do it up.
Better.
There you go.
Good enough.
And I believe that gives you an intrusion.
Yep.
So the GF presents you with a GM intrusion. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see here. Gonna do for an intrusion. Okay, so it comes up and he goes to like punch at you, and you accept this, or like you basically, in order to get rid of it, it looks like he's just about to hit you in the face when you step back and you realize that there's some pens from office supplies left on the floor, and you actually slip on it, and you get away from getting hit by slipping on the pen and falling to the floor, knocking yourself prone.
Nice.
So that's how you defended yourself, by slipping on a pen.
I love it.
All right. George, you are terrified.
I am terrified, so I have to run away from this guy.
You want to find a way to get as far away from this thing as you can.
I'm going to come this way, and I can't open that door, so I'm just going to continue on in.
So in a panic, he starts running down the hallway, like checking doors, like, fucking won't open! And now you're like slamming on the back wall. Let me out!
Well, I think at that point, once I get there, I'm now like dropped into the corner and
Fetal position.
Yeah. Yeah. It has been such a terrifying circumstance, what's going on and everything like this, that I would like to actually extend it for another round if you want the experience, or you can spend an experience to say no.
No, I'll take it for another round.
Okay. Just because of how harrowing and difficult it's been. George, who else would you like to give an experience point to?
I'm going to give an experience point to Athena, because that was quick thinking on her part to use that magnetic drill on just that little bit of chain.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Back up to 3.
Strategy.
Strategy. See, you know, I'm fucking you guys over, but you get experience out of it. It's awesome. Worth
It's
it.
almost like I'm the goddess of it or something.
I know, right?
Tav, back to you.
Okay, so Tav's been listening to his music the whole time. Like, he's so disconnected to what's going on. He actually hasn't looked down the hallway. Like, he shot the dude here, went over there, shot the stalker.
Oh, yeah,
and he's been hearing like screams and all sorts of kind of horrible noises just like muffled through his headphones. So he finally like turns, sees the entity down the hallway and just goes, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, he probably didn't even notice anything was even down there
Runs.
until Freak got like yanked away, like while he was like right next to him.
Runs to the room and closes the door. Like,
Okay.
literally stepping on Manchester.
I mean, it's appropriate reaction. I think it's a pretty good reaction, and it's definitely screwing you over for the turn. So I'm going to give you an experience point for that as well.
Okay.
And yeah, it's an embodiment of horror that you just saw, basically. So awesome. So yeah, it's just Manchester. You almost get like stepped on as Taverson like leaps over you and then just like slam, and your hair rustles a bit as the door was that forcefully shut. Even the nobody over top of you just kind of like steps back for a second, looks towards the door, gives a
Like,
shrug,
oh,
and then
man.
looks back at you.
It's a living.
The Freakman.
It is my first time being trampled.
All right.
So you had this like hook tear out of you and like pull you in.
All right. Is the hook like still in me?
No, it ripped out of you, but like it did its damage. It hurt.
Oh, I ate aluminum foil once, and all I could do afterwards was sheet metal. Fire a bullet at it.
Oh,
Oh.
Wow.
Gross.
you had to lead with that joke?
I'm gonna lead after it.
So what are you trying to do?
I'm gonna shoot it with. I'm gonna put a lot of love into the shot because I'm on the ground in front of this thing of metal hook horror. So pistol round. I don't know. I'm gonna look for a weak spot and fire at it. What's its current difficulty? I'm gonna put a bunch of speed into this.
Okay, so it's 5, 6 dim light. Your point blank 5 with this. So at the moment for you, total it's a 5 difficulty.
Is that including the fact that I lose one from light weapon?
No. Okay, 4 difficulty.
So I'm gonna take 6 points and make it a 2 difficulty.
You only have an effort of 1, so you can't lower it more than 1.
Oh, interesting.
It's a speed
okay.
check, and it's going to cost you 4 points to lower it by 1
Yep. Okay.
because you're impaired
Done.
right now. So it costs 1 extra.
I will put 4 points into that shot.
Okay. Okay, so that will bring him down to 3. So target number is now 9.
Nice.
Doable. 15.
There you go.
Right? So I'm
Now,
gonna aim for its head or its groin or whatever looks.
okay. As you're aiming up, yeah, no, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna give it to you. I will give it to you. That is enough. It's done.
I'm gonna sheet metal again. It seems like.
You.
Man, this thing looks like it had the moral backbone of a chocolate eclair.
Oh. Okay, it's done. It discorporates into, there's just this clunk as these broken metal chain bits and this cloak just settle to the ground. George, if you're still gonna have your round of being terrified, but you won't have it last any longer, thankfully.
Okay.
It's not like a supernatural effect per se, as your mind just kind of snapped.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
going to walk over and secure George's axe.
not your turn. There's still 2
Oh,
bad
yeah,
guys.
that's right. Sorry, there's still someone left. My bad.
There's still a stalker and a nobody left. Mr. Cornelius.
Sorry, I forgot there was nobody left to fight.
Mr.
God damn it.
Cornelius.
Nobody cares.
Let's use my patient asset and move over to backup your Manchester.
Yeah, with
over
this
here.
door closed, I actually can't see anything.
Yeah, you don't really know what's going on, do you?
Nope.
Nope. That's funny.
And,
I like that.
and that'll be me.
With that door closed, I can actually see still into that room. And
That's
just
probably like a
Well,
sliver of light.
like he said, this was
Yeah.
made on Incarnate before.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
it's not everything's properly set up or anything. Like
It doesn't
if
have the
this had
nice
been made in
boundary
Dungeon
walls.
Draft like it did afterwards, it would have set up the walls perfectly connected and stuff. All right, Mad Manchester, you are on the ground, like thoroughly on the ground, like it almost threw out your back, like it's sort of stepping on you. In order to get up, I'm actually going to say it would take your action.
Can I just pull my pistol and fire from the ground?
Yeah, you could fire from the ground if you want.
Yeah, I'll just fire up at this dude.
Okay, I'm going to say it's at the moment it is a difficulty 3, target number of 9.
Is that counting the light weapon?
Oh, nope. Difficulty 2, target number 6.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'll never, I'll declare it now. I'm never going to pre-count the light weapon. Just when I say it, just be like, okay, light weapon, and then I'll lower it by 1.
Yep. I will use. Can I use an experience point to re-roll that?
You can, indeed. Yes.
Oh, that's good. Cool, because that's brutal.
Lowers you.
there you go.
I now have 1 experience point. But you managed to succeed. And then, yes, that will take it out. Because that is, wait, is that a light weapon or a medium weapon?
Light weapon, so it's 2 damage.
Oh, okay, that won't take it out then. Still up. But you sort of go on the back. It's got like its foot on your chest trying to press down. You like push it a little bit off balance just enough to shoot like straight up, right up Main Street. And it does damage. Like it comes out the back and there's like a puff of some cloth and some smoke. But once again, there's no blood. These things don't really seem to have an inside per se. But it definitely semi-discorporated it. You see like sort of wavering over the gray cloth-like skin. Athena!
Oh, and one thing I'm going to point out to people, effort, it can be spent another way. It can be spent not only just to reduce the difficulty of something by a level, so decreasing the target number by 3, you could also spend effort to increase the damage of an attack by 3.
Oh.
I forgot to mention that to people. I think that's in my combat basics somewhere.
In lieu, yeah, so you could spend effort to do more damage with an attack.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Instead of increasing difficulty.
So I could spend 3 to increase that damage from 2 to 3 to the kit and the caboodle.
It would if you had spent the effort, increase it would actually have been 5 damage.
Yeah, it would have been from 2 to 5. It increases it by 3.
Increase the damage by 3.
Yeah, as long as you haven't spent effort on the same attack in another way, because you can still only do it the once.
Yeah, you can still only spend effort. Yeah.
So I used XP to reroll. Does that count as expending effort, or can I still increase
that's
that
just
damage?
expending experience, not effort.
Well, yeah, then I'll whatever. Would it be intellect or might?
That would be off your speed because it's the same roll. So it'd be
Speed.
3 points off your speed.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'm down for that.
All right. So yeah, 3 points off your speed. In that case, he's done. He's out. He is the last nobody. All right. So now we're going on Athena.
All right, so I don't see any more targets left.
You don't see any.
Okay. I'm going to walk over and secure the axe.
Okay.
here, and then I think it was here.
Yep. You still see George cowering in the corner, but you've got his precious axe now, so he doesn't have to worry about losing it.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, I've got a meter melee weapon in case anything tries to attack.
Yeah. All right. Is that
then
you?
I'm basically going to spend the rest of my turn just going over what happened, maybe kicking the chains apart a bit, see what's underneath.
All right.
Basically studying. So using my abilities with fresh eyes.
With fresh eyes. Let's see here. What's that?
Yeah.
Do?
When I
Alright.
observe or study a creature, object, or location for at least one round. The time I next interact with it, possibly in the following round, the difficulty of any related task, such as persuading a creature, attacking, or defending it, is reduced by one action. Sorry, by one step.
Okay, so yeah, the next time you see one of these things, the next action you get, because there's no like definitive time. It lasts forever until used. So
Yeah.
So next time you see one of these things, your difficulty is going to be lowered by one. Sweet. And you might want to make a note of that somewhere, just so we
I'm
remember.
actually including notes in my sheet right now.
Perfect. George, so you're gonna have that one last round of like, what the fuck is going on? I accidentally removed you from combat. Damn it. It's fine. Combat's gonna end this round anyway.
Yeah.
But this was your your last round cowering. It's finally over.
Yep.
This being the spirit of childlike hope and wonderment and everything like this utter level of despair and horror was enough that you just completely cracked for those couple of rounds.
Yep.
You could not ratify what this thing was with your reality.
Yep. Which is why it's going to be so much interesting from here on out.
You cracked faster than the plastic packaging on batteries.
So, Taverson, I mean, you've still heard things on the other side of the door. There's been gunshots and clinking and stuff like that. What are you doing?
Taverson will open the door,
Okay.
look at Cornelius, be like, are the bad people gone?
You can still see one.
Oh God, shoot.
You can still see the stalker at the doorway there.
I'll shoot him.
Okay. You open the door, you're like, are the bad? Oh shit! It's Christmas, the batteries weren't included. Oh God.
Point to the guy in the door.
Okay, so he is, let's see here. He is, let me get a difficulty in. So he's 3. Oh yeah, you guys are very glad you weren't attacking him in darkness. Not only is it harder to hit them, they get armor if it's actually dark. But they don't have that right now, so it is currently difficulty 3, target number 9.
All right, I'm actually going to, was it speed for shooting?
Speed, yeah.
I'm gonna spend 3 to lower it 1 more.
Okay. Brings it down to difficulty level 2, target number 6.
Yeah, shooting is always speed. Melee attacks could be might or speed.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and spend an XP to reroll.
Okay, and I'll lower your XP in the chart here. So, Haverson lowers one of these ones. Oop, at this rate, you guys are never going to level. All right, so go ahead and reroll.
There we go.
Just.
He's still a little rattled.
So it's 6 damage, right? Because it's the shotgun thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's done, and that is the end of combat.
Just
Beautiful. Manchester's gonna get up, dust himself off, light a cigarette, go, bloody hell.
Ed, actually, I have a question quick.
Yeah.
How does healing work in this game, in the system?
I'll bring it up here. There is a thing for it. It's under encounter and basics, I think I wrote it. Yes. Okay.
Basically, you can use an action, then 10 minutes, or an hour, or 10 hours.
Right at the bottom of the thing I just showed you here, there is the recovery, all the way at the bottom.
Yeah.
And each time you do the recovery, you gain 1d6 plus 1 per character tier. In this case, it's just 1 because you're all still tier 1. And yeah, you can just keep doing these
Actually,
someone can also give
they
you
all
medical aid as well.
They all get +2 actually.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because you gave them the
I'm
bonus.
around. Yep.
So
They
D6 plus 2.
automatically, as long as they've been with me for the last 24 hours, they get an extra +1 on their recovery rolls.
Yeah, so it's a 1d6 plus 2
Jolly
whenever
Christmas
you do
cheer.
a recovery roll. And then also, someone can give you, once per day, someone can give you medical assistance if they want to try.
All right.
Okay.
Well, look, Athena, has your brother, turned into a vampire recently?
No.
Answer me honestly.
Which brother?
The one we just killed. You can't
That
even
was
meet your brother.
not my brother.
How long has he been a hook horror thing?
Also, Athena,
Frickman?
since you were rooting around inside of the thing, you found something interesting that you've never seen before. Inside of it are the cipher motes, and it looks like it was like there's some leftover wisps of one that are no longer usable. It looks like this thing was literally eating the cipher motes, which are basically like hope and faith and stuff like that, and consuming them and digesting them.
That's disturbing.
But there are still a few that are usable and extractable. So we are gonna say that there's 3 of them, and we find these 3, whatever these ones are.
An enduring shield.
So if I mean, a lot of you are probably at your maximum ciphers right now. If anyone, you can replace one of the ciphers you have with one of these if you wish. Otherwise, you can just let them disappear and just evaporate into the ether.
Well, I just used one.
I can
Same.
use one right. I can use one right now that I could use.
I have room for another one. 7 tab.
So, well, I may not use mine then if that's the case, but you should decide.
I'm thinking of using the enduring shield.
I wouldn't mind grabbing one of them just to replace the mind control.
The mental scramble or the memory switch would both be decent replacements.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you which you probably want to drag it now before we continue, but it's up to you who takes what. And then you should be able to just drag and drop from there into your character sheets.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I take the enduring shield.
I took mental scrambler.
Sweet. And just remember your cipher
I was gonna
limits, you
say,
can't
Wes,
have
you
any
should
more than
probably-
your cipher limit.
You should probably take the mental shield. You're more of like our frontline fighter.
So I'm slowly upping the difficulties of your encounters. The first one is gravy. This one is a little bit tougher. I got the Freakman impaired there.
So is everybody who wanted one taken one?
Yeah, the one that should be left is memory switch.
What does that do? User
I know
selection.
I've still got room. for
You can
another
click on it
cipher
to see.
If anybody else.
I mean, it's not bad. Whatever. Anyone can use it. Really, it doesn't really matter. But if no one else wants it, I'll take it only because I'll use the one I have to refuel my speed pool.
And when you get it, don't forget to roll for the level of it, and you can put it in. You can edit into the level,
yeah, one
into
of
the cipher.
Yeah, you have one straight up like a healing one, don't you?
Yeah, I have one that'll restore my speed pool 6 points.
Yeah, if you use.
Oh well, there you go. So I'll
Oh,
use that
yeah.
one and take the extra one.
I'll use that then. Okay, so I get an immediate 6 to my speed. Anaplectic is gone. I guess you want me to just delete it? Arcus, how's the system here going?
Yeah, once you use a cipher, it's
Can
gone. It just goes away.
Just can it? Delete
Yeah,
it? Okay.
that's why you find them so often. And even when you don't find them, you guys at any point can say, we're just going to look around for ciphers. You spend a bit of time, you make a check, and then you might find some ciphers.
Just realized I didn't roll my level for my information sensor.
Yeah, don't forget to roll the level for the cipher.
Okay, so I got a level 5 memory switch.
I got a level 6 enduring shield. Though it doesn't look like that 6 actually does anything for it.
It's how long it lasts.
It lasts for the next day.
Sometimes they don't. The level doesn't mean much. Although if someone were to try to counteract it with, say, a cipher that gets rid of an existing cipher, that would be the level they're trying to aim towards and stuff. So it's always
like
good to roll
dispel
it.
Cipher.
Yeah,
Cipher.
they do exist. So that's a good thing to do.
I mean, these things apparently eat ciphers, so that's a possibility. For the next day, the user has an asset to speed defense rolls.
Nice.
So basically, I use it, and then until the next day, I get a free asset on all my speed defense rolls. Which, since I'm usually near the front, if not in the front, very useful.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I really don't want to fight any more of those things.
Yeah, no kidding.
Particularly scary.
So we're going to hit pause there for the moment. This is where we're going to end it for tonight. I'm going to give us some experience, and
I've got one thing, if you don't mind.
Yeah, what's up?
I can have Ed call us a limo. We'll go to the Four Seasons for a couple hours here. Cool off.
We've been walking the streets, and you can get your hands on a limo.
Well, I mean, you didn't seem to ask, but now I really could use a nap and a decent glass of scotch.
There is actually a bit of wisdom to not having a limo in this area.
Well,
you'll end up with no tires.
It's the limo to take us out of here. It's not the limo that's just gonna hang out. So, what do you say, folks? Let's go to the Four Seasons. On old Mr. Freakman.
Try to find out what was going on here first.
We can come back in, let's say, quick math here, 22 hours. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Also,
very specific amount of time.
Also, I would rather stay for now.
Well, Freakman's having Ed call a limo either way. You're welcome
So
to come
a
or
limo
not.
would be
I'll
on
get
its
one big
way.
enough for everybody.
Honestly, it would take probably a good 20 minutes to get to you, anyways.
Okay, 20 minutes till a limo gets here.
We're gonna pause it there. So we're gonna stop, and I'm gonna give you some experience. Athena, you're gonna get 2 more experience, bringing you up to a total of 4.
Okay.
So your total experience should be now at 4, because I'm keeping track of what you guys are using, so I know what your maximum is at. So if you level or use it for leveling or anything at any point, let me know so I can subtract it off what your current is.
I basically got 1 extra for the session.
Yes, you ended up earning 2 this session.
Yeah, because there was
1 for the GM intrusion and 1 for the. Well, everyone got 1 because you made a discovery about the area, which is how you normally get experience in the system, and then you also were you got 1 from the GM intrusion from Mr. Freakman.
Yeah.
Okay, Kathy's I will add to her manually. George, you got 2, bringing you up to a total of 4. Mad Manchester, you got 1, bringing you up to a total of 2.
Awesome.
Mr. Cornelius, you got 2, bringing you up to a total of 4.
Cool.
Taverson, you got 2, bringing you up to a total of 3. And Freakman, you got 2, bringing you up to a total of 6.
And we can spend 4 to do an increase?
Yes, you can spend 4 to do either one of the optional ones or one of the 4 basics. I've got it in a thing here.
+4 stat pools, +1 effort, +1 edge, skill, or other.
Yeah, or other. There's actually one I keep meaning to add in here. There's the 1 additional one. But, there's the 4, and then there's the other.
So the other ones, if you look in the character advancement option 5, 6, and 7, you can only take 1 of those 3 per tier as the other slot.
That is correct.
New ability from your type.
So that would be a new explorer ability.
Yeah.
Oh, I did add the other one. Never mind. I did put it into the advancement thing. Yeah, you can add an extra ability. Once again, that's the optionals. The 5, 6, and 7 in that list is you can only do 1 of those. Yeah, but there's a checklist on your character sheet that'll help guide you through it anyways.
Yeah, those
I'm
three
thinking
all fit
that
into
might
the
actually be
other
pretty good.
checkbox, so that's
Yeah. And once you've checked off 4 of them, you advance to the next tier. And they reset. So
yeah, I'll have to look at the
so
abilities and see
feel free,
what-
take some
what-
time to think about it. I'm going to leave the Foundry server up for a while. And just by next week, just let me know if you end up spending anything, so I can adjust it in the player experience area.
I probably will. I want to look into my type abilities and see if there's something I could use more offensively, like at lane.
Like I said,
'Cause
let me
right
know
now
by
the-
next week, and you've got a
Yeah.
week to think on it. And I'll adjust it at the beginning of the session next time. So thank you for episode 2 of the Totem campaign.
Yeah, I know I'm going to be spending my XP on something. I'm just not sure what yet.
All right, well, thank you for everyone joining the thing, and for everyone that was watching in the background, thank you for watching as well. 3.5 hour session, not too shabby. Usually our sessions are around the 3+ hours mark, so that's what we can expect. Good times and good night, everybody. Have a good Thursday.